The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. It is Monday, February 22nd, 2021. This sports show will begin immediately following this Twine beat drop. We are back. I am back.
Yeah.
Took Friday off. Shout out to Linda Cohn and Jeff Schwartz. Did a hell of a job. Sirius XM, Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio. And on Thursday, big shout out to AJ Hawk coming into the studio, hosting alongside the boys while I called in from a beach, which was in Marco Island, by the way. I was down there in Marco Island, founded by, I do believe, the Italians, fresh off of Naples.
Okay.
Marco Island, good time, good beach. It was the deepest beach I've ever seen in my entire life. 300 yards of beach, you know what I mean?
Jeez.
From like hotel to water or whatever. A lot of social distancing, a lot of families, a lot of kids, a lot of Dan Orlovsky.
Whoa.
Yeah, Dan Orlovsky was at the same fucking place I was. It hit the Orlovsky army, right? Him and his wife, and they're amazing people. They're like 10 deep, and every time they roll through the beach, they're just taking over everything. It was awesome. I'm very thankful for everybody that we saw down there. My wife set up that entire trip. It was nice to go see the sun a little bit. Landed back in this beautiful state about an hour ago. Big shout out to AJ, though, for what you did Thursday. I can't wait to talk to him in the 2 o'clock hour. He fucked up all my shit here on my desk.
Geez.
I mean, absolute scumbag house guest.
He's an animal. Absolute animal.
Just a scum. Dump shit all over. There's
still sticky?
There's just shit all over my thing, whatever he dumped. I thought that was water, by the way. It was not water. I'm learning just by looking at this. I've seen the video online. Then he took my headphones, threw them over here with the neck thing, so I couldn't find those for a while. Eliminated all the batteries from the thing. Took the battery out of my whole thing there. Moved my shit here. Had the Sharon back over here. Broke this thing. I mean, there is a lot that has happened, but guess what? It's not yours, AJ, so who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Just do whatever you got. I was getting a lot of tweets, by the way, from a lot of people. It said this show was better whenever I wasn't even on it. I respect it. I want to let you know. This table wasn't, though. This desk has been ruined as soon as I leave. We got shit everywhere. We'll talk to AJ Hawk about that in the third hour. I literally just came in here moments before. I should have known that all hell was going to break loose. It is a beautiful Monday, though. We got Kenny Moore of the Indianapolis Colts, a couple times snubbed from the Pro Bowl, joining us. He was the man who screenshotted the conversation he had with Carson Wentz immediately upon Carson Wentz learning that he was coming to the Indianapolis Colts, which was moments before our show went live on Thursday and moments before an umbrella from the beach almost took off my fucking head while it was sprinting down the whole thing. Yeah, a lot happened on Thursday. It's great to be here on Monday, though. Still got to talk about the Carson Wentz stuff. Can't wait to chat with Kenny Moore. He'll be in stew. By the way, he'll be right down there.
Let's go.
Right down there. Vita Vea will be joining us in the second hour. Congrats, Super Bowl champ. Vita Vea.
Yeah.
A lot of his teammates said, hey, we're not talking about the best D lineman we got. We're talking about best football player we have, Vita Vea, whenever he came back healthy for that Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers people that are around that team said, hey, when Vita Vea gets back in there, look out. That's a fucking problem. Now, he has a full name. Apparently, Vita Vea is not his entire name. And I have not seen his full name, although I do love the Hawaiian Islands. And I have Uses as friends in a lot of places. We did not attempt to do Vita's full name, but Zito, if you could, do we have a picture of the spelling?
I have the lower third.
Okay. Can you put it up there, please? This is Vita Vea's full name. We'll talk to him in about an hour from now. We'll try to announce him in this particular fashion. Tavida Tuliaki ono tuipulato Moses Vahe Fehoko Fletau Vea. Nailed it. So Vita Vea from Tavida. And Vea there at the end will be joining us. Cannot wait to chat with him. He's a game player now. Oh, yeah. That Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, Ndamukong said he's not retiring. He said he wants to maybe run it back. Him and Ndamukong in the middle of that D-line with Pierre-Paul, maybe a J.J. Watt or a Von Miller maybe out there. Geez. Look for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to reload that entire thing. Speaking of reloading, got some boys still on their trips and some boys shuffled around the room. At Bubba Gumpino, our Canadian friend, is sitting in for the COVID cowboy who had flight problems problems back home. He'll be back with us tomorrow. COVID Cowboy Gumpy, how you doing, pal?
Great weekend. Happy to see Carson landed safe and sound in our city, Pat.
I do like the fact that Irsay did not send his jet to go pick him up. All right, we traded a what? A third rounder? No, not sending a big plane then. We'll get the other one. But now the conversation revolves around Carson Wentz. Is he going to be able to be the quarterback that he was for Frank Reich a couple years ago? And the interesting thing about that is there's a real football nerd that lurks on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
His name's Warren Sharp, all right? Mm-hmm. He's come on this particular show, and that sumbitch, whenever you need a stat, he's going to go find it. He's going to go get it. He has a setup in his basement with dry erase boards that have, algorithms and everything for stats. The stat that he put out about Carson Wentz is a bit alarming, and I did not need to see this morning as I was hopping on a plane to fly back to Indianapolis. Warren Sharp at Sharp Football, incredibly intelligent guy, does all of his due diligence. He kind of has his own niche of things that he does in the football world. We appreciate it. Wentz with Frank Reich from the ages 24 and 25. When Frank Reich was back in Philly, he averaged 6.8 yards per attempt, 244 yards a game. 61.5% completion, 88.8% rating, 49 to 21 touchdowns, interceptions. And then whenever you look at Wentz, after Reich left, when he was 26, 27, 28, his bad years, all of his stats get better, basically.
Uh-oh.
Everything gets better when Frank left town for Carson. So
it's not good.
What are we doing? I was all on board. Frank, he baptized DeForest Buckner.
Oh, yeah.
He baptized Carson Wentz. Frank has this relationship with his players that only his players can understand. They love him. This Colts locker room loves Frank Reich. Hey, we'll run through a wall for Frank Reich. People are saying if Carson Wentz gets back into the church of Frank Reich, guess what? We're going to see good Carson Wentz. It's stats actually say that whenever the church left, Carson got better somehow with the stats. The team just crumbled, which is that. Does that mean what Warren Sharp is saying? If you got a good team, you got a good Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has been playing with a dog shit football team over there in Philadelphia. What do you expect from the guy? He loses his, chaplain. All of a sudden, Frank Reich's on. We see what Chaplin's been able to do in the NFL. He loses his chaplain, Frank Reich, quarterback coach, offense coordinator, and then the team gets bad. He put all of Philadelphia on his back, is what people are saying. Now you get him back into the church of Frank with maybe a good team around him. Still got to find a left tackle. Allegedly, we are in talks. The Colts are in talks for Orlando Brown, I believe, or another tackle that's potentially on trading block. I got faith in Chris Ballard building that. But maybe Carson Wentz will be able to come back and be happy because allegedly reports are coming out from teammates and stuff. Him and Dougie B hated each other.
Yeah.
Weeks.
I don't like
talking.
you. I don't like you. You don't like me. Did not talk, and then when they're on national TV, there's a little side eye that's caught, a little mask down, stares. They're not even saying anything. They're just looking at each other. Doug's got that flow with that fucking visor, and he's like, "You fucking broken loser, get out." And then he's like, "I'm going with Nate Sudfeld. Actually, you get the hell out of here." Wild time to be alive. Wild time to be a Colts fan. Carson Wentz, hopefully he'll be good. And then we got to talk about the number issue. We will do that after we talk to that Boston Connor. The Boston Bruins, by the way.
Oh, man.
Might be the best Lake Tahoe hockey team I've ever seen in my entire life. Watch that game last night strictly because there really wasn't much on or whatever. The Flyers fucking stink again. It is awesome. They beat us opening night, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Flyers stink. Pasta seems to be maybe the coolest guy on earth. They all show up as if they're skiing in the 80s to that fucking thing. Now, the Lake Tahoe golf was not a success story that the NHL will write in its history books. Games were delayed 7-8 hours into midnight because guess what? The sun don't quit whenever Lake Tahoe's trying to have hockey outside. Melted the ice. It was a nightmare. It was a problem. They get the games in. The views were unbelievable. You had people on canoes out there, which make it probably not cold enough then, huh?
Not at all.
We got people canoeing
Not
by.
even a little.
Probably not cold enough if we had to think about it, but it was a nice little spectacle. The Boston Bruins, though, seem to be the team right now. They put on a show last night. Pasta is awesome to watch.
I mean, I said it on That's Hockey Talk, the hockey podcast hosted by Nick Moraldo that came out of this office. Pasta's going to win the Rocky Ricard Trophy this year. I mean, there's no chance.
What's the matter with you?
What do you mean?
Have some respect for Maurice Richard.
Richard.
See, what I'm saying
Excuse
is,
me.
though, we don't have time for this, okay?
Oh, that's right.
Just wanted you to talk about the Boston Bruins, which people potentially care about. That fucking trophy, nobody cares about right there. Sidney Crosby's going to win it. Nobody cares about that guy or anything. Okay, we don't talk. We just need you to talk about the Bruins being a good hockey team. Then we're going to move to Zito getting a chance to sit at the toxic table there. Boston Bruins might win the goddamn Stanley Cup.
I mean, I think they're going to win the Stanley Cup. I don't think it's a might anymore. And did you see the style they rolled in with? I mean, they looked incredible.
They are awesome.
Yeah.
They're a team I wish I was like a fan of.
Well, no. You can still hop on. There's plenty of time left. The Penguins might not make the playoffs. So you might as well hitch your wagon to
Dude,
it.
shut your mouth. Don't be trying to take the hockey aficionado out of hockey town up there to Beantown.
I'll tell you what, when I saw them boys though walking up the driveway, getting ready for their game at Lake Tahoe with the fucking snowboarding goggles on, the tight ski suits, the jeans that they had the goddamn fanny pack,
Couple Mighty Duck jerseys in
and then
there.
they go and win by 6 or whatever.
7-3.
I love that team. But they're going to lose to the Penguins. At Viva Lazito, how you doing, pal? You move over to the toxic table.
Yeah.
It's great to see you. Ty, T's and P's, everything going on. He's going on a nice trip. And his butthole has some little things going on.
Also a trip.
Zito, Chicago Bears still don't have a quarterback, huh?
We do not have a quarterback, but I've been hearing some stories that Sean Watson's coming.
Whoa.
Where have you been
I'm making
hearing?
this up right now because I'm really toxic. I'm trying to get that toxic
Oh,
feeling.
nice. So you're
But
the
I'm trying to stir it up a
baby.
bit.
Nice.
But Jimmy Garoppolo's coming home.
The Bears have fallen out of the conversation piece for who's going to land with a big-time quarterback. Deshaun Watson allegedly going to go to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, David Tepper, the owner, Tepper. David Tepper, owner of the Panthers, formerly of the Pittsburgh Steelers minority ownership. He is now full-time owner of the Carolina Panthers. Gets out, says, Ron Rivera, you're not going to be our guy. Get the fuck out, right? Goes over to Baylor, stops by Matt Rule's house, says, you're at Baylor college football. What do we come to the NFL? Yeah, I'll give you $70 million. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Come on over. Who do you want? Well, we need that offense coordinator from LSU that seems to just go, all right, Joe Brady, we got you. What else you want? Well, Joe likes the Saints. Saints have Teddy Bridgewater. We'll get that. I'm not 100% sold. Okay, so let's not give him a full deal. Let's give him a 2-year deal, whatever. Try. All right, bring in Teddy Bridgewater. We'll resign Christian McCaffrey. Okay, what else do we need now? All right, let's reevaluate after the season. He gives an interview. He says, if you want to be good, you got to invest. You got to have good facilities. You got to have good coaches. And you definitely got to have a good quarterback. That has led to everybody saying they're going to get Deshaun Watson. Are they going to trade Christian McCaffrey out of Carolina for Deshaun Watson? That does not seem likely, but it is interesting to hear that the Carolina Panthers are in to make these big type plays. And I would assume if you're a person from Charlotte, the Queen City, where you go uptown instead of downtown, by the way, they're one of those cities where you go uptown, which is actually downtown.
How's that work?
Well, they try to be like fancy, like we're going uptown.
Oh, sort of hipster.
Yeah, it's like we're going up there, but now everybody has done it. Charlotte might become like a real football force with the way their ownership is talking like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. That's like whenever you get a personality owner in any other sport. For instance, Mark Cuban goes to Dallas. Dallas immediately becomes conversation piece in basketball, which they might not have been for a long time. When a new ownership gets in there and shakes some shit up, like Tepper's doing right now in Carolina, got to feel good as a fan base, but everybody else is like, okay, there's another player in this whole game, and maybe they'll be able to get him, but who knows what Deshaun Watson's going to do. To be honest, the more and more I sat and thought about that on some things this weekend, I feel like they're not going to trade him. They're going to make him just sit on that. He's just going to have to sit on it forever.
Have to.
And I don't know how that's going to pan out. I don't know what this means long term. I don't know what this means for Team 3 up in Seattle. Russell wants out. I mean, there was a lot of conversations this weekend I had with myself with all these guys, in their futures. And I think they're all fucked if the teams don't want to play any ball. It seems like there's a chance the teams aren't going to want to play ball. Now,
if you're a free agent, who's going to sign with the Texans? You'd have no idea what's going on up there.
Yeah, they're going to have to really hit on the draft. I think, and this has
They
become.
don't have any picks.
Well, that's like 5th, 6th rounders.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna. That's the thing is with the way the world is becoming in the NFL. Some people are gonna love it. Some people are gonna hate it. But vets and people who have been paid and been around, and there's a reason you're in year 8, 9, or 10 is because you've done things right. They're gonna find teams. They're gonna find homes. They're probably gonna have warm weather. By the way, I just came from warm weather. All right. Never in my life thought I'd move to warm weather. But as I was landing about an hour and 10 minutes ago in the middle of this fucking tundra we currently live in, I was like, oh my God, how are people still? Why am I still? And then I just remember, I just bought a church actually. I actually just stapled in even more. But there's going to be 2 different ways to think. The vets are going to go to a place probably a little bit warmer. And then the other teams you're going to have to hit through the draft. And you're going to have to become a team within itself. You're going to have to become a culture that people are going to want to come to. Indianapolis, Chris Ballard hit in the draft. Chris Ballard has bought into free agency and kind of built a culture. Even though Indianapolis is nowhere near a booming. It is. No, it's not right now. Actually, there's homeless people just pooping everywhere. Yeah. But whenever it comes back open, Indianapolis, awesome city, cold as shit. There is taxes, but it's not no taxes, and we haven't just won a Super Bowl or seem like we're going to. But Indianapolis feels like a team that people will want to go to. A lot of those other teams are going to fall by the wayside when it comes to free agency. That's going to be a problem. Now, speaking of guys coming to teams, we have to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. You all right?
Light it up.
I ate so much.
Oh, on the plane?
Not just on the plane. I'm talking.
From Thursday to Sunday?
Yeah. I ate so much, dude.
What are we talking?
Me too.
Everything, you name it, pal. French toast,
What?
Pancakes.
waffles, what? Biscuits and gravy, what? Bacon, egg, and cheese, what? Hash browns, what? Stopped by McDonald's this morning.
Oh, yeah.
2 egg McMuffins. Yeah, did Arby's 2 days ago, too. 13 hours, what? Smokehouse brisket, what? When everybody was attacking on the internet, I had to do it. And then whenever you got 24/7 room service, it's hard not to order that chocolate cake. 2-3 times, 11:30, midnight, maybe 12:30 at night.
You got to.
Yo, do it. Oh, you got a little vanilla bean?
What?
Ice cream?
What?
Would be better if it was cookies and cream, but I'll take it, I guess. Come
Hell
on.
yeah.
We had a nice room, too. Whew. Anyways, I'm feeling a little sick.
Yeah. Guts are probably.
Yeah, but the thing is, for instance, when I got arrested for an alleged incident, and I immediately went into the substance of abuse program for the NFL, because any alcohol or drug-related charge automatically lands you into the substance of abuse policy, which is our program, which is a 27-month program, okay, where you get drug tested 8 times a month, and you have to call somebody anytime you leave your house, you're going to stay somewhere, leave them the address you're going to be and 2 phone numbers or whatever. In the middle of my 27-month sentence, by the way, nobody ever gets out of this. They set it up so you fail, so they can extend that another 6 months, and you just kind of go in there. And there's a lot of people that are in this that you don't even know about. This is the people that failed tests, they get in there or anything like that. We had the lockout in the middle of that. And I said, I am going to go on a bender here so hard, all right, that whenever this lockout ends, I don't want to drink anymore. You know what I mean? Like I have another hour or another year on the back end here, another maybe 13 months on the back end here in this program. I'm going to go so hard during this goddamn lockout that those last 13 months will be like, thank God, I can't drink, won't want to drink. So then I thought that, that turned into like a 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 someday bender.
Okay.
By the end of that, I was like, all right, when are we going back to work? Body can't handle it anymore. So the last 13 months was a breeze because they weren't testing during the lockout because there was nobody had a real boss or whatever. So then they gave you like a month leeway to get back into the program, then you were good. So I have to do that whenever I'm going into diets as well.
Exactly.
Like I have to go on these, and it's not healthy, and I'll get somebody on the internet who lives this in healthy lifestyle who tells me that that's not safe or whatever. But I got to go on a bender so much, I'm like, all right, I don't even want to eat anymore. And then that normally kickstarts the diet off and going. I saw a lot of people down at the beach, by the way, who do that diet lifestyle all year round.
Instagram models, basically.
But they don't even enjoy it whenever they're at the places where you should be enjoying it. You know what I mean? They're like, I saw, for instance, ran into Orlovsky. Okay. Everything comes back to Orlovsky.
Danny O.
They had a great pizza place at this place. All right, great pizza place. You walk through there, everybody has a mask on. Obviously, you go through there, you sit down, socially distance or whatever. He's got 3 pizzas on his table or whatever because he's got 45 kids, right?
Yeah, of course.
They're having this pizza. I'm like, oh, good pizza. Did you try it? He goes, no, I don't do that. And he pointed at it like a kale salad over here.
What?
Dan.
And you're on vacation, Dan. What did you even look like this for if you can't do this on vacation? He doesn't even want it. I'm like, well, I hope to one day get to that point, but I'm nowhere near it. So I took one of his kids' pizzas and walked the hell out of there. Orlovsky's a good guy, but there's a lot of people that do that. That's how I feel right now. I think I might be able to go on a month or 2 diet after today, though. I'm going to end it today.
Because of the binge?
Yeah, I need to finish the binge. Yeah.
Get it out of you.
I think me too. I hit 3 bills.
Did you really? I know you were 290 last week.
I did 290 last week. And this whole weekend I worked for 3 bills. I got there.
Congratulations.
I'm going
What a
back down.
moment.
By the way, people think that's easy to do. It's not easy.
Actually, it is kind of easy, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah, but what your body goes through that I don't even know you're realizing it's going through right now is not easy. You know what I mean?
I noticed when I was looking down, I couldn't see my toes.
Can't see your toes. That means
That's when you notice.
well, that means
oh, yeah.
so. That's,
It's tough. Probably tough realization that day. I feel bad for your toilet.
hey, let's go, huh?
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's get on the other side of this thing.
250.
You're going 250?
Yeah, I'm going to lose 50.
I'm probably 265, 270 right now. So I'd like to get down to 230, I think.
Oh, let's go.
It's not going to be easy. I'm going to finish out this bender I'm on there right now.
As we should.
It was really good. Anyways, Carson Wentz is officially coming to the Indianapolis Colts, all right? That's already been made up. We'll talk to Kenny Moore here in a couple minutes. He'll be joining us. He's a teammate now of Carson Wentz for the Indianapolis Colts. Now the conversation revolves around, it should be, is he broken or not? We'll find out, all right? Is he going to be able to play football good? We hope, all right? Chris Bauer's not sold. I'll give you a third and a conditional second if he does play good, all right? Well, that'll move to a first, but I'm not 100% sure. Plus, we're taking on this massive contract. It was a good deal for the Colts, I think. In the long run, good deal for the Colts. Now, granted, I don't think he was their first option, which I don't think that's going out of, pocket by saying that. They did reach out about Stafford, and I would assume there's a couple other people that they potentially were like, excuse me, any chance? And they say no. But they get their guy in Carson Wentz in a good trade, and everybody says the Eagles got fleeced, but we'll find out if Carson Wentz plays good or not. Now it's like, all right, he's going to play football good again. Dan Orlovsky said, by the way, from the hotel that I was staying in alongside him in his room, he said, immediate Super Bowl contenders, MVP conversation. And when I talked to him in person down at the thing, he did look unbelievably slim. Okay, he looked very good. He was getting his morning yogs in and everything like that. Wow. He obviously was referring to the fact that if Carson Wentz can get back to playing Carson Wentz football, which Dan believes he can with Frank Reich. So congrats to the Colts winning the Super Bowl, basically, which is what Dan Orlovsky was saying, which is good news for Indianapolis and for this show because, former Colt, that should be fun.
Of course.
Now it's time to deal with the drama. You know what I mean? What number is Carson Wentz going to wear?
Whoa.
What number is Carson Wentz going to wear whenever he gets to the Indianapolis Colts? He's never had this happen before. Everywhere he's went, he's been able to do his thing. Now he gets traded for a third-round draft pick. He's on the outs with his old coach. He's back with his older coach. Here we go. Things are good. I just need that number 11. Let's go ahead and put it on the jersey, put it on the pads. I'll put on the helmet. I'm going to go learn how to play football again. Michael Pittman Jr., who's a rookie wide receiver going into his second year for the Indianapolis Colts, said, no, not so fast. I talked to Carson Wentz, and I ain't giving him up my number, says Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman Jr. caught for 503 yards and 1 touchdown last year. Michael Pittman Jr. on a media tour says, Carson Wentz ain't getting my fucking number. Now, I hate to break it to Pittman Jr., and I understand you've been a very good football player for a long time. Carson Wentz is coming alongside like a $40, $50 million contract or something like that. Yeah. Pittman, if Carson wants your number, Carson will get your motherfucking number, pal. I just want to let you know. I appreciate the fact that you're on TMZ and on Good Morning Football saying he ain't getting my number. We already talked about it. It's like, if Carson Wentz wants your number, he's getting your motherfucking number, Michael Pittman. I would like to let you know that. Now, if Carson doesn't want the number, everybody's saying he's maybe coming to 1, maybe going to get the number 1. I'd be pumped about it. Hey, bring that number back off the shelf, pal. Bring it on in there. Now, everybody's going to say it'll be a laugh in my face moment, because I was out there openly saying, please, let's relax with the Carson Wentz to Indianapolis talk. Now, I was saying that when Matthew Stafford was available and other quarterbacks were potentially available, so we're in a much different time. But if he wants to come and eliminate one of those ones, because Michael Pittman Jr., superstar, says you ain't wearing my number, so he goes and just wears the regular number 1, that's fine with me. The Colts in the number 1 jersey have a great history, okay? I'm not the only one, obviously, that's worn it. Hoosier Olympians have worn it before. They go to the Olympics, maybe come in 15th place. They get a halftime ceremony. They get a number 1 jersey with their name on the back of it. How you doing? Keep it moving. You take a shit in a Porta-John at the Indy 500, game time ceremony, number 1 jersey with your name. You take the stairs instead of the elevator at Lucas Oil Stadium and the right people see you, halftime ceremony, number 1 jersey with your name on the back of it. A lot of people think I'd be upset with it. No. I'd be pumped for that number 1 jersey to be back with the Carson Wentz name on it. But I will say the first couple times they gave it to the people that were passing people in the left lane and then getting a halftime ceremony and number 1 jersey with their fucking name on it. I was like, okay, come on. I mean, I feel like I'm like maybe the number 3 jersey seller right now. Can we relax for a second? And they're like, no, just wait until you see what this guy does. This guy's dog does backflips. Halftime ceremony, number 1 jersey with the dog's last name on it. How you doing? Keep moving. So I just got their point. I'm past it. So shout out to Carson Wentz. I hope he wears the number 1. I'm pumped for him.
Does Pittman Jr. understand that the guy who's going to be throwing him the ball is Carson Wentz? Does he not realize?
Great call. Great call. That was as soon as I saw him on this media run, I was like, all right, cool. Michael Pittman Jr. does media runs. Here we go. All right. I like hearing an Indianapolis Colt guy get out there and chat. Doesn't happen all the time. Look up his stats. I'm like, okay, I remember him having some flashes or whatever. 500 and some yards, 1 touchdown. Here we go. Maybe a piece of the future. But there's beautiful stories of wide receivers like buying their quarterbacks gifts and things like that. Like, hey, need you to look my way a little bit more. Pittman's like, no, dog. I had 1 touchdown last year. You ain't getting my fucking number. What? No, you want to throw me the ball wearing my jersey? No, get the fuck out of here, dude. I ain't doing that. I love it. Now, I guess I should have listened to the whole quote from Michael Pittman Jr., but this sounds like this is potentially going to backfire a little bit for old Pittman Jr., and he better hope that they just keep no other weapons on the team, right? T.Y., free agent. They got Jack Doyle. He's probably going to be pretty good looking at Carson Wentz wearing whatever jersey it is in number 11. Pittman's going to, he's going to have to get in the good graces of the quarterback, as every wide receiver always is. I think a good way to start is telling him to go fuck himself whenever he says, we want to have a conversation about that number. No, not around here. This is Pittman Jr. number, dude.
Yeah, it's genius. And also Pascal. Pascal's also a free agent, so he might not be back either. It really might be just Pittman out there.
So it's just Pittman and Wentz.
And Wentz is just not going to even look at him. Okay,
11,
he's on the right?
Oh, number 11, huh?
Left. Where's that at?
That's crazy.
All right, I'll take a sec.
I don't see it else.
Nope.
Anybody else? All right, we got to get to a break. Joining us on the other side is one of his teammates.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I was so intrigued by that, dude.
Just give it up, dude.
Don't give it up. Don't give it up. You don't have to give it up. I'm not saying that. But just coming out and like dancing on the fact that it's like, all right, dude, relax, bro. Well, it's just like no, it's not similar at all, I guess. It's a 4X, by the way. Only one that could fit me. Like I said, 270, bro, right now. Oh, yeah. It's 4X. I went to one of those little beach shops. Those things are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we fucked around and spent $300 in there.
Damn.
Sam's got these tie-dye pants. Ooh. They will rip immediately upon her putting her leg in those things.
Okay.
I got some shorts I thought were real nice.
Yeah.
Those things, as soon as I put them on, and then just flop.
New hat?
I did get a new hat, yeah. Rest in peace, the old one, because an umbrella went through it.
What a run that thing had.
Oh, you have no idea. Rest in peace to that thing.
Thank you.
All right, 1-888-MAD-DOG-6. We'll answer some of your phone calls on the other side. Kenny Moore will be joining us in studio, I believe. Cannot wait to chat with him. I'm going to ask him his thoughts on Michael Pittman Jr. as a human, because I don't know him. I have some, but I don't know.
You have to.
So I'll ask his teammate about him and go forward. And also talk to you. This is Pat McAfee Show, Sirius XM Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio. I think I've realized this year with the conversations, you do seem to be a rather normal human, which is very interesting, right? I assume for a lot of people to hear. AJ said, no, you are not a normal human. But because all the stories about you before this year, to be honest, a lot of people, the way they believed is you were the smug king almost is what the thing about it. And then getting a chance to chat with you, it's like, well, that's not the case at all. How is that like something you have to focus on? I assume it gets hard whenever you're hanging out with, Scott Stapp is hanging Aaron Rodgers jerseys up in his goddamn office. That has to be pretty weird.
Well, look, I think that's an interesting thing to talk about. I think a lot of times, people have said things about me, and it's been the same few people, and that's been kind of the prevailing story or thing that's reflected on. I think for me, I talk a lot about the work I did on myself. It was nice, and it wasn't intentional. Like, I didn't sign the show to have, and you guys know, we talked about this off air, but there wasn't some agenda doing this. It was fucking talk to Pat and AJ every week. Yeah, it sounds pretty awesome.
It has been, by the way.
It sounds amazing. But what it's allowed me to do is, I think, silence all the douchebags out there who were, talking for me and making themselves more relevant by using my name or running with stories that were not really based in any type of fact. And look, I've grown as a person. I've said things and done things that I wish I'd handled a little better. But this was a great, natural, authentic, whatever, whether it was 15 minutes at the stadium or 45 minutes, to just bullshit and have a conversation. If you're a friend of mine, if you know me, I think this is about as normal as interaction you're going to see from me. It's not a lot of BS. You're not going to hear cliches and garbage. I'm going to, shoot from the hip mostly. Tell you as much as I feel comfortable telling. I feel like I've been as honest as I could be. I've told you guys a lot of fun stuff. It's fun for me because then I don't have to maybe rehash it on a Wednesday, or people get to see a different side of you that maybe they didn't even know was there or didn't think was there. And it's been it's been fun for me. I really have. I've appreciated every single week we've done these. And like I said, the best part is there was no agenda. There was no plan. I mean, even us, like, we didn't know we were going to go like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour. Like, we just started fucking talking, right? And then this came out, and it's been a lot of fun.
This is Dan Orlovsky running probably at least a half mile back and forth for his family. This time it was with a cooler. Last time it was with some bottles of stuff. Always the same Orlovsky trot, all right? Not moving the knees much, a lot of ankles. A lot of people have recognized Orlovsky like that guy just did. No way, is that Orlovsky? That's Orlovsky. He'll be back in about 5-10 minutes when his family needs something. Attaboy, Dan. Attaboy.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
Welcome back to said show. Who is calling me?
Spam?
Oh, it's my timer. Commercial thing just said.
Oh, look at that.
Smart. Wow. See? Huh? Welcome back to the show. A man has joined us who is fantastic at football. I'd assume he's a great dancer. I've seen him only on the field a couple of times through celebrations. And Lewis, he's one of the emotional leaders of the entire Colts team, definitely of the Colts defense, which has built a culture so good that people are going to be flocking to it. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who got broken off, what was that, a year ago, I think? Year ago?
Yeah,
2 years ago?
Two, yeah.
This man's been rich for 2 years now. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Moore. How you doing, Kenny?
I'm good. You? I appreciate you having me here.
Than's for stopping by. It's
Live?
cold.
This live?
Yeah, live right now.
Shout out to my mama.
Hey, shout out to your mama. Shout out to your mama.
Shout out.
Where's your mama? Where are you from?
Valdosta, South Georgia.
Okay, Valdosta, South Georgia.
South Georgia.
You don't go back? You do go back? Is that going to be home long term, or what are we doing?
No, not long term. I go back every off season. Try to spend a week or two down with the mom.
It's cold as hell here.
It is.
I was just on a beach. I landed an hour and a half ago. I just landed in the Arctic. You're sticking around. What do you
I heard we got it good though. They had it worse last week.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very bad last week. Yeah. Were you not here last week? You were out of town?
I was out of town.
Yeah.
I was in South Florida.
Oh, okay. Me too. I was as well. Anything going on at the building right now? Are you guys allowed back in there? Any workouts or anything like that?
Yeah. I just took my second test this morning to be able to work out and everything. So I leave Wednesday, but it's a whole process of getting back into the building.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by. We got good social distance. We've been throughout the entire quarantine, by the way. Actually, there is a funny story that'll come out in a book someday that if I was worse with the way I handled COVID, I'd probably have a Super Bowl ring right now.
Shit. Can we? Can we? Can we?
If I had the antibodies, I potentially would have came back potentially for a team 1 week. But I didn't. I got tested, did not have the antibodies because I never had the COVID. If I would have had the COVID, would have had the antibodies, would have been able to bypass certain protocols, would potentially been in a boat party. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about your organization.
No, I got to hear this.
Well, Chris Ballard would have had to have been a part of that anyways. He would have had to release my rights for that whole thing. But there was conversations potentially popping off behind the scenes. Let's talk about Chris Ballard. Chris Ballard is a guy who I never got to play for, but the way he runs his building has been fantastic to watch from the outside. The culture you guys have built in there, how much of it do you think directly relates from Chris Ballard and the people he brings in? Frank Reich, what do you think is the biggest thing that accounts for the culture that you guys have built in that building?
I just firmly believe, to have a good business, it starts top down. Every guy that they bring inside of the building, it, correlates to the kind of people that runs it. So, shout out to Chris Ballard.
Shout out Chris Ballard.
Seriously.
Hey, he gave you the bag, too. You deserved it. Nobody really knew you in town, too. It was after, like, maybe your first year here. You came out of nowhere. Superstar gets paid. Whenever we talk about the Indianapolis Colts and Phillip Rivers retires, right? Phillip Rivers says, I'm going to go coach high school football down there in Alabama. Everybody knows that a quarterback piece is going to have to happen. Carson Wentz now is a member of the Indianapolis Colts. You were the first person that really released a photo of Carson Wentz as a member of the Indianapolis. It might be the first photo of Carson Wentz as an Indianapolis Colt came from your FaceTime. What was that conversation like? How did it go? How does he seem like he's going to be? And is he a I would assume he's a very motivated guy.
For sure. He's a great guy, great character. Frank Wright knows him best. So it's a guy that we all want in the building if Frank Wright wants him. So we couldn't talk long because I was actually on the flight. You can see my mask on in the pictures. So I was actually on a flight here to Indy. So
did he call you?
Yeah, he called me. I told him about, what I did on Twitter. So I was like, hey, these fans are expecting you to. So I kind of put him on some pressure. I said, if you want to be good with Coach Nation, you got to call me.
I respect that. You are loved by Colts fans, and I think it's because you appear to be the same player every day. High motor, high energy, a lot of care. You and D. Leonard, really, Darius Leonard, it feels like are the emotional leaders behind that. How do you guys feel so comfortable at such a young age to be in the position you are? Because that team is very young. Yeah. The Colts team is very young, but the amount of moxie on that squad is fantastic. Is it just every day? What is it?
It's not easy to be a leader amongst guys the same age or older than you. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to tell somebody older than you to do this, but it's not in that do it way. It's more so like, how can I help you get better? You know what I mean? So I'm an emotional guy. So the way I lead, the way I carry myself, I'm more so lead by example. But the way I can talk to other guys and relate to them, it's more so like just me and you, not around the coach.
Eberflus, I guess no prisoners, huh? There is an accountability that is going to happen. Darius Leonard basically said hey, I don't care who you are. If you want to come here, there is no house guests staying.
I was just about to say no house guests.
Yeah,
we get so many sayings from Flus, and I'm glad Darius said it before Flus can. So whenever Flus says it's too late, you're already in the building. So.
That's hilarious. Somebody signs there all right, I'll be able to take Wednesdays off.
Oh, yeah.
Thursdays off.
Easy. Wednesdays, Thursdays, hard days.
What did Carson talk about coming in there? I would assume you had to tell him about a couple things. What do you think? Is he going to be a guy that fits very well in with the culture you guys have?
I mean, he was talking smack to me first.
Immediately?
First text.
I like that.
Here we go.
Nah, I love it. I was just like, let's go. But, he, like I said, we weren't on the phone, long, but – this guy was just excited to be a Colt, so I'm excited to see his next chapter flourish.
What number is he going to wear? Because Pittman came out.
Is that a trick question?
Michael,
why you do that?
Michael, that's on me. I did set you up there. Michael Pittman Jr., who I enjoyed watching play football last year. I very much enjoyed watching him play football. He's doing interviews right now, and he's being asked because his number, obviously, same number, and he's coming out and dancing basically on the grave, like, nah, this is my number. He can go, now that's your quarterback. So that's a very interesting situation. But what is it like? What is Pittman like as a human? What is he like as a player? I know nothing about him other than these quotes. This is all I know about him. What is he like, and how do you view the offense? Do you guys hate each other on a daily basis?
Nah, I mean, we all have this, I guess, natural tension from being a receiver or being a DB.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always competing. You
Fighting,
you want to be smarter than him. You want to know everything about this guy as far as like how he runs, releases, how is he on top of the route? Are you physical than him? Like, can I get into your mind? Like, there's always this type of tension going on,
Yeah, oh yeah. Who did you play against this year or in the last couple of years that you felt like was a good verbal joust, like a good, you felt like you matched energies pretty well with? Was there anybody, or are you a talker?
Like as far as teammates?
Teammates or opponents?
I meshed well with Tyrann Mathieu. I've talked to him after, several games from him being in, KC or Houston. I played Arizona my first year. That's the first time I met him.
You were a Patriot?
I was.
Oh, yeah.
But I played Arizona as a rookie, though.
Okay, so hold on, though. So you go from, where'd you go to school?
I went to a D2 school called Valdosta State.
Yeah, so where you're from? So you're from Valdosta, right? You go to D2. What, you stunk in high school? What happened? Nobody knew who you were?
I only played my senior year of high school.
What'd you do? You played other sports or you just didn't want to play?
I played other sports.
What sports? Basketball?
Yeah.
How's your jumper? Pretty good?
I got other components of the game, though.
Oh, handle.
I'm a basketball player, not a shooter.
Congrats to you, Ben Simmons. Okay, so
I'm a complete, not just one-dimensional.
well, you got to be able to shoot to be a complete player. But you played your senior year. you played your senior year as a football player. No other offers? Valdosta State's the only offer?
Yeah, that was the only offer. I mean, I talked to like Mercer. They didn't have a team at the time. Tennessee, Chattanooga.
So
that wasn't an offer though.
So then you're undrafted, obviously, coming out, and you go up to New England. How's that whole conversation work? Does Bill Belichick call you and say, "Nobody wanted you, but we do. We want you"? Is that how that goes, or how that?
Nah, I was pretty much talking to the DB coach on draft day, but I don't know if I can really talk about, the whole process.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, Patriots.
Nah, I don't do that.
Can't talk about that.
There's a big Patriot fan.
Can't do it.
Yeah. Oh, you from?
Yeah.
Up in New England, yeah. Hey, come on back to the Patriots.
No, he's
We know you can't do that. You can't do that.
It's tampering, dude.
I'm just saying, we'd love to have you back. Come home.
That guy stinks.
And
I
smell.
gotta keep an eye on him.
What are you going to do this offseason? What are we going to work on? Do you play video
Who's
games?
the best golfer around here? I'm trying to learn how to play golf.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Any good golf?
I mean, we're like 2-3 months away from sun, I think.
Yeah, so you might have to.
You got nothing but
table
time.
that.
Maybe putt, maybe inside. You go ahead and do some putt.
Get the Oculus.
Hey, anything that'll help.
So you're going to become a golfer? You a video game player?
I play soccer.
Oh, let's go.
Are you good?
I am good.
Hold on.
You
now.
got it here?
No, well, I mean, isn't it downloadable? I mean, we could probably download it.
Yeah.
Can I play?
I got time.
You got nothing but time.
Nothing but time. I saw your Pulisic jersey out there.
Yeah.
I know you're from Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah. Did you play soccer?
I met Christian in Germany
How was he?
before he left Dortmund.
Why were you in Germany? Just visiting?
I was part of this organization that we go out of the country every year, and you should come one year.
I think I'm busy. What do you guys do?
We do charities and community service and football camps in different countries.
So you're like a super good guy too. Obviously, you saved that guy's dog.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that happened. When was it?
Shout out to Matt.
Hey, shout out to Matt.
I'm a shout out guy.
Yeah. Hey, we love good shout out around here. So you saved the guy's dog or something. What was that? A year ago?
I mean, I was just a little tad bit of help, but
No, yeah, you pulled over, saved.
no,
the
those
guy's-
vets,
Saved
the vets saved it.
Well, you had to do the whole. I mean, shout out vets.
Shout
Shout out to the vets. Shout out to the vets.
Shout out to the vets. So what's his organization you're a part of that goes and travels and does football camps?
It's called AFWB, American Football Without Barriers, and Gary
Bertier?
Barnage. No, Gary Barnage. He played for Cleveland, tight end. D'Angelo Williams. They pretty much started the organization.
Where are your military bases, or you just travel around wherever?
Wherever. I've only been to Germany, Austria, Budapest, Hungary.
That's a lot of places.
Only been.
I've been to Germany and
was cool.
Austria. I've never been to Budapest, though. I've heard it.
Budapest was cool. It was just before the lockdown, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you play anybody in ping pong in Germany?
Nah,
They're fucking good.
I didn't know that.
They're very good at ping pong. Yeah, they all play growing up. I think the weather's worse than us, and they just sit in their basements and play ping pong all day. I think that is what they do. What do you got, Con?
Yeah, Kenny, I saw you were a mass media major. Is
I was.
The media
I was into
kinda
this-
something you want to get into? Yeah.
And what does that mean? Just
it is.
all medias? Mass media?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty broad, major. So, I wasn't really into, this type of scenery because I don't really like to express myself, but I'm embracing that part of me. So
Oh, you want to be behind the scenes, though?
behind the scenes.
Writer, producer.
Nah, more so like editing, some tedious,
Oh, you know how to edit?
a little bit.
Massive weapon to do.
Little bit.
I mean, also playing very good football.
Bro, I'm getting into it though. I just started a TikTok, so it's a little challenging.
Are you forced to get a TikTok if you're a young, successful football player?
Nah, I mean, we all have a choice.
You can dance, though. You probably crush it on there.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn the TikTok dances and stuff. I might do it on Sundays.
Oh, don't do it on logos. Don't do it on logos.
Nah, not logos. Nah, no logos. No logos.
God, could you imagine every show? You'd have to lead up. Kenny Moore did it again.
Still dancing on the logo.
Fucking fixing it.
Is that affecting the team?
Does he care at all about Carson Wentz?
Shout out to Juju though.
Hey, shout out Juju. Favorite place to play?
Lucas Oil.
Aside from Lucas Oil Stadium.
That was a trick question.
No, it was a great answer, by the way. Because you give another place. I did that one time, by the way, and I feel like I'm pretty good. Favorite place to play? I was like, Houston. Man, I fucking love
Hey,
Houston.
no, but honestly, like their turf is very good.
And their fans.
It's a great place to play.
And their fans are now listen.
Seattle.
I've never played. See, that's a place I never got to play.
Oh, you retired a year early.
Yeah, you guys played there. Yeah. That's a shame. I probably should have stuck around for one more year.
Just 1 year, so I can be a teammate.
I know. I probably wouldn't have left too, by the way, because I've heard you're awesome in the locker room. Gosh.
I appreciate that.
Maybe you'd have a jumper too.
Yeah, because I probably would have helped you.
Yeah.
I would have helped
You
you.
would help me.
I think so. Yeah, cornhole.
That ain't
too.
too late though.
Huh?
That's not too late.
Yeah, I'm not doing it now. We ain't teammates. I ain't got.
You heard cornhole what?
Oh, cornhole. But you got a cornhole player?
We got it in the locker room.
I heard.
Come back. I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. We got Rigo. Shout out to Rigo.
Hey, shout out Rigo. Hey, I love Rigoberto, by the way.
He's awesome.
I love him. Great,
That's a
great
brother.
punter. Hot Rod, also a great kicker. Your team seems like great. I mean,
No, we have a lot of great people, to be honest.
well, I'm just saying, it feels like mentally, though, in the offseason, you're a part of a team that has a chance. There's not a lot of teams that do. Now, you don't know that because you've only been a part of this franchise here, and as I kind of grow older and I'm covering the league, you're a part of a team going into the season where you legit have a chance. Like, that has to help whenever you're
It's a great feeling.
Yeah, putting in the extra work in the offseason and everything. It's like, okay, there's a chance we can really go for it, right?
I mean, I'm more so like self-motivated. So, whether we have a chance or not.
What do you have to get better at?
Last offseason was pretty much man-to-man coverage. So I'm staying on that wave of, covering and, taking care of my business and my receiver.
You punch, you grab guys, or what do you do?
What, as far as?
Are you hands-on, or are you more of just an athlete?
I'm not handsy.
You just mirror them.
I try my best.
Anybody get you? Devontae, did you have to go against?
Devontae did give me it was the first or second quarter, but they came back to it right before overtime, and it was incomplete.
So he doesn't use his hands, right? He just
He's quick as a cat, though.
Yeah. So what makes it so hard with a wide receiver? Because some receivers are physical, right?
So some receivers are very good at releases. Some are very good at the top of the route as far as breaking down, having good body control. Making giving you the illusion that they're going away that they're not, and obviously catching. But some receivers are complete; they have all three,
and it's a nightmare.
And they know what you're doing.
Yeah, but you gotta know what they're doing too, right?
Sometimes.
What do? You film? Is that all film? Are you a big time film?
Nah, it's not all film.
Not all film.
I don't like when people say that.
No, why?
I don't like when people say that.
Why? They stop wasting your time.
Because that's like cliche. Like, film teaches me whatever he's doing.
First one in, last one out.
Man, like get on TikTok. You see how creative it is. That's how football is. It's so creative. You think something, he'll give you that, and then he'll give it to you again, and then the same thing that you thought he was doing 2 times ago.
So it's a feel. It's much more of a feel thing, you think?
It's more of a feel. Going back to your rules and how you're coached up, and pretty much just playing with your own swagger, your own personality. You're not gonna win every play, so don't even.
You say you don't get handsy. Is that because the refs can literally ruin your entire life every single time if they wanted to?
I know where you're going with that.
Literally out of nowhere, though. They can.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like it should be more so whenever I'm out there, they usually hey, I saw that play. You was pretty handsy on that play. Watch it. And then you may do it again. You may not. They may call it. They may not.
Now, do you realize what refs are calling games? So you're like, okay, this particular ref
that's something
here.
we go into the week saying hey, we have this crew right here. This crew is ranked, this position in the league as far as offensive holding or defensive holding, whatever penalty it is. So you have a feel of it.
I want to let you know I would hold the shit out of you.
Every play.
What if you play O-line or something?
No, me.
Yeah.
No, tight end. What are you talking about? Or slot. Anywhere you want to come find me at, dude. I'm grabbing you and I'm throwing you. See ya. And then I'm going the other way.
You think that?
I've been in the Oculus, dude.
Nah, you really think that though?
I'm 270 right now. I'm 270.
No way.
265 probably. 265 right
No
now,
way.
Kenny. Kenny Moore the second.
Right here.
Is that proper introduction? Well,
Kenny Moore the second, yeah.
COVID can't. You got it. You and I got it.
Great guy. That was a trick question.
Yeah, trick question.
Shout out to Pat.
Shout out me. Shout out me, dude. Shout out me. What do you got the rest of the day? Anything cool?
Another interview.
Oh, we're at it. We're good?
Nah, it's phone call. Appreciate you having me here.
No, thank
Everybody
you for
can't
coming.
do that.
Awesome.
You know?
No, yeah. The fact, by the way, the fact you're in Indianapolis is awesome. It's off season. It's very cold. You shouldn't be here, but the fact that you are, awesome.
Nah, this home.
Forever, yeah.
This home.
Don't say that because then Ballard will use this against you in negotiation. And Ballard is a good guy, but at some point your contract's going to come up and there's going to be
You did say this at one time.
You remember you said this was home. I'm trying to make that come true now.
money, but-
It's 5-6 million less than what everybody else is offering, but hey, home. How much is home?
Can't put a price on home.
Can't put a price on home. Hey, I appreciate you, Kenny. Thanks. What was that? You can. I guess you can. I didn't say anything. Go win a Super Bowl, man.
Yes, sir.
You've been snubbed out of Pro Bowls and All Pros, but it doesn't matter. Your teammates love you. Front office loves you. Coaches love you. And the city loves you so much. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck on the next interview. Hope it goes great. Good luck on the TikTok, by the way. They can follow along on TikTok at
More. I.
2 O's, though. More 2 O's, I at the end for the second. Hey, shout out more one.
Shout out one.
Shout out more I. And your mom. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Moore the second. Kenny, you're awesome, dude. Thanks for anytime you want to stop by the way. This entire off season. Anytime you want to take a phone call? We got
Who on
like
the
a
phone?
minute and a half.
Who on the phone?
I have no idea.
Yeah, let's take it.
You have headphones right behind you there.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear him right there. Let's go to let's go to Mark in New York. Oi, oi. What's going on?
Hey, Pat.
What's going on, Mark? How you doing, pal? You're on with more dude.
Pat, I know you got franchise tagged. Why are players so against it? It's like a 1-year, fully guaranteed deal.
All right, Marcus, you might break your shit, all right? You might have had your best season. Long-term pay is the best. The reason why I signed it as quickly as possible, because it was more money than I thought I could ever make in my entire life. Turns out, could make more just 1 year later. Franchise tag is always a bad thing in a player's eyes because you're not getting that long-term stability. But to be completely candid, with the way a lot of contracts are set up, nobody's really getting long-term stability other than maybe Patrick Mahomes, Kenny Moore II, and a couple other people. Most contracts are set up so that they can be moved. Like you're seeing right now, people restructuring, people moving around because they get in a salary cap hell. Most contracts are complete bullshit. But if you get a long-term one, at least you know that bullshit's going to be for some time as opposed to potentially 1 year. See you later. How you doing? Keep it moving. Kenny Moore. Can't wait to see what you do in this upcoming season. That guy didn't have a question for you. Kind of fucked up, by the way. It's
wild.
That guy could ask you a question. He chose
Nah,
not
that's
to.
all love.
No, not from him. It was not. He hates you, Kenny. I think that guy hates you.
Sounded like he wanted you to get the franchise tag. I mean, what's this guy talking
what-
about?
What's going on?
What about good contracts? Come on.
You got re-upped very young, though.
Yeah, after my second season.
So how old are you right now?
25.
How many years you got left on your contract?
2.
You're going to get broken off.
Oh, yeah.
Take it easy with it. This is home stuff, you know? Because we hope you stay here forever, but
For sure.
But
Get
if
the
not,
bag.
Chris Ballard's listening.
Get the bag again,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, again.
New England.
You a Nike guy? Adidas guy?
They not gonna give it. I'm a Adidas guy.
Nice. I'm not, but I hope Nike gives you more money anyways. I hope everybody just gives you more money, Kenny. I think
No,
you
that's
just-
love, bro. I appreciate that.
Hey, shout out me, dude. Shout out you. Kenny Moore II joined us. In the second hour, we'll have phone calls, and Vita Vea will be joining us. This is the Pat McAfee Show, Monday, February 22nd. We'll see you in about 6 minutes. Let me tell you a little story about these statistics. Troy Polamalu, okay? Fucking Troy Polamalu. So we had a fake for the Pittsburgh Steelers that was a 100%er. We didn't even have a cancel the goddamn play because it was a 100%er. If we ever end up in this situation, inside the 7-yard line on the left hash, it is a 100%er that the C gap will be wide open and we will just part the C to the left. It'll be a touchdown. 100%er. We're playing in Pittsburgh, the city I grew up in. I grew up in Pittsburgh. I won the punt, pass, and kick national championship, AJ. National championship, AJ.
Congrats.
AJ, did you ever win the national championship, punt, pass, and kick?
I think I got 3rd or 4th out of 4 at the Nationals.
I'm proud of you, man. Anyways, so we're there in that stadium, okay? A lot of McAfee's in there. A lot of McAfee's in Pittsburgh. I'm going to score my first fucking touchdown, night game, Sunday Night Football, I believe it was, right here, touchdown. We get into that situation, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is really going to happen. We're like on the 6 on the left hash. It's 4th and goal now. Field goal team's jogging on. I'm like, well, fuck, it's about to, I'm ready. I am ready for this to happen. So I get out there. I get down. Vinny's like happy for me. Vinny's like very excited. He's like, let's fucking go. Like Vinny's excited for me at this moment. I'm like, here we go. So I make the call. I forget what it was. So I start saying it, right? And everybody's looking at me like, okay, bright eyes. Here we go. Let's get after it. Offensive linemen are dead ass tired. They do not want to be in the middle of a field goal anyways. So they're just like, all right, I don't give a fuck if you die here, but this should work. Let's get some points. And all of a sudden, I go through my cadence, I call it, I get down, and Troy Polamalu's fucking ass goes ahead for however long his career was at this point. I think it was like 9 years or 8 years at this point. Not a once has he ever gone to this side of the field over here to the left and stood right in the C gap. Never. He lined up exactly where he had lined in film 100% of the time. And then as soon as I got to like the second cadence right before set, he just bounced his little ass right over to the C gap. And I like stopped everything I was doing and I literally just looked at him. And I gave him like a, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, why are you there right now? And then I stood up and said, we are kicking it. We have to kick it. We are kicking this. And then I get down, and Vinatieri kicks it, and I jog off the field, and Chuck Pagano comes running up next to me. He's like, hey, good job. What you see? I said, what did I see? Polamalu just fucking went right into the goddamn C gap. What did I see? What did I see? And he goes, okay, sounds good. Good call then. And good call then. And then Vinatieri's like, hey, way to go, buddy. I'm like, way to go? Are we not going to talk about how big of a fucking asshole Troy Polamalu is for what just happened right there? So that's.
I saw the angel of death waiting for me in the C gap.
It's unbelievable. What, you thought I was going to run him over? No way. He's probably going to strip me and score a touchdown the other fucking. That's Polamalu, bro. That ain't just your backyard football with your son. These are professional fucking athletes. He'd probably jump over the lineman, pick me up, and run me into the other fucking end zone if he wanted to. That's what he would have done.
The hard-hitting safety of his generation, too. I mean, Ed Reed, great cover safety. I don't know that you would have feared him, but
Ed Reed, I would have feared Ed Reed. Yeah, if I saw Ed Reed in that C gap, absolutely. Reed, boy, the best safety you ever seen, boy. I ain't doing shit to Ed Reed.
No, Ed Reed would have made the tackle. I'm saying that Polamalu would have shaved years off your life.
Oh, my God. How did you know Red 18 was coming?
Pat, I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you telling that story and just growing the legend. That was about the 18th time I tried it. I was over 17 going into that. And, when it doesn't hit, you just keep walking. Nobody ever really tells you about it. So when it hit, I was as surprised as you were. And the reaction from some of the good old folks there in the casino that night was pretty special.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. You made me and those folks in the casino a bunch of money. Congrats on the Hall of Fame nod. Thank you for spending time. Enjoy yourself at the game, Peyton.
Pat, thanks, pal. I appreciate you.
The Sheriff, Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 2 here, Monday, February 22nd, 2021 years after zero will begin right now. What if I just said now right before the beat drop? Would have fucked up everything. Shout out to Twine for that beat drop. Hour 2 here. Gumpy. Shout out Twine. Shout out Twine, baby. Shout out Kenny Moore, by the way, joining us in the first hour. Shout out Juju in the middle of there. Shout out a couple other people. That was a great conversation. He feels like maybe the most genuine human I've ever encountered in my entire life. I hope he has great success. Happy he stopped by. At Bubba Gumpino's here. Is soccer on right now for us to bet? No.
Champions League is back tomorrow.
Okay, are we betting anybody tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Atletico Madrid draw no bet, and Bayern Munich money line feels like the plays.
See that? There's things where we don't have to watch that terrible sport, but we get a chance to win money off it because our Canadian friend, who I think at this point might have the nicest beard in town. Yeah. Are you trimming that thing daily? Are you? What are we doing with it? That thing has taken quite a jump, maybe over the last 4 days since I've been gone. Your beard looks unbelievable, Ray.
Got it dialed in on Saturday. I appreciate that, Pat.
It was noticeable.
Oh, yeah.
It was very, very nice. You look great. At Boston Connors here. Mustache is still running, I see. Mustache message of the day. Gaining some traction as well. Good for you on the internet.
Yeah, I actually very much enjoy the mustache, and I was, rewatching Ted Lasso. I don't think I can let it go.
Got a text message last night from somebody I recommended Ted Lasso to. Said, good recommendation, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think said, no doy, Paul. No doy. I pushed it 4 or 5 weeks on that person pretty heavily. They were in the middle of trying to win an MVP. I get it. They watch it now. They has a little bit of time. All of a sudden, Ted Lasso is a show that you have time for. Fucking unbelievable, by the way. Probably going to watch it back. Maybe get a little pick-me-up of Ted Lasso in there. At Viva Lazito's here looking fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
Joining us now via phone is a new Super Bowl champion. Ladies and gentlemen, out of the University of Washington for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, standing at 6'4", 346 pounds. When he came back to the Super Bowl, they didn't just say, hey, our best D lineman's coming back. A lot of people out of Tampa said, hey, our best football player is coming back healthy. He goes on to win a Super Bowl. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, Vita Tuliakiono, Tuipulotu, Moses Vahe Fahoko, Fulatau Vea. Yeah! Oos, I nailed that, Oos, huh?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Hey, how often now, Vita Vea, much easier to say, obviously, for the common dumb white out here, but how often do you utilize this entire name? Is it ever used? Does the family use it, or is this thing just on paper only and on Wikipedia?
It's just on paper. My mom uses it though. She'll like if it's like a big family gathering, she'll like say my full name and she'll say who I'm named after, and just pay homage to my ancestors and stuff like that.
So is that what the name is? Is this name ancestors' names kind of all put together here for a tribute?
Yeah, I'm basically named a whole bunch of people in my family, and just like a bunch of people that was like respected and in our family and our community. So basically, I got a lot to live up to.
Well, you're on your way. I mean, congratulations! Shout out, by the way. Shout out! All. Can you run through that one time just so I hear what it sounds like?
When you say it?
Yeah.
Oh, I say no. Normally I don't say this for people. I got you.
Whoa. I appreciate you doing that, man. That means, hey, shout out, Vita. Hey, we appreciate that, man. That means a lot. What is the full run, though?
I say, Te Vita Tuliakiono, Tui Pulotu, Moses Vahae, Fehoko Faletau Vea.
Hey, I wish that was my name. I wish that was my name so much. I do. I absolutely love the culture. I love everything. I appreciate and love the fact that you're joining us and that you said that, your entire name for us. Let's talk about it. You're a Super Bowl champ. Now, has the hangover from the boat worn off? How do we feel right now? How's the body? What's the offseason going to be like?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I think like 4 days after the 4 or 5 days after the Super Bowl, I probably only had like 6 hours of sleep with between those days, and then after that, like this whole past week, I just been sleeping all day, trying to catch up, and, rejuvenate. Been, you know, I'm in need of I got to go into a facility, probably get an IV.
Yeah, I understand. Well, you want a Super Bowl. I mean, those are things you got to do these days. You get back healthy for the Super Bowl, and everybody's talking about how big of a deal it was on the inside. Obviously, AQ Shipley's a friend of ours, but a lot of the coaching staff as well. And whenever you came back healthy, a week in advance, everybody was like, hey, he's going to be full go. He's going to be full go or whatever. I talked to a couple of my friends down there, and I was like, how are you guys going to stop Patrick Mahomes, though? Like, hey, I love what you guys got going on. Okay, I love the team. I love the idea. But Patrick Mahomes and that team, they've been telling the world, basically, whenever we want to turn it on, we can. And everybody I talked to, they were like, hey, listen. This defensive line we have has heard that from everybody. Okay, they've heard that Patrick Mahomes can turn us on anytime. And our best football player is coming back in Vita Vea. That D-line, you guys, alongside obviously Shaq and Pierre-Paul and Sue and numerous others that I probably forget in that room. But you guys obviously heard that team could turn it on whenever, and you guys just decided you were going to take over the game from jump. When was the decision like, okay, we are going to dominate this entire game up front?
I think first of all, it's just we got to pay homage to Todd Bowles and the coaching staff. You know, I think they did a really good job of putting up a scheme together for us to be successful out there. And I think at first we thought we were going to be in a little dogfight, at the beginning, and then everything just started clicking, and we all started working together, and even talking to some of the practice squad players after the game, they were like talking to us after the game. They were like, "I've never seen this defense before. Like you guys came out of nowhere." And I think it's just everything clicked. We all worked together, and then the game plan was just perfect for us. And they really couldn't do anything. And Todd Bowles had a perfect plan to put them in check.
Ndamukong Suh is a man whose name, is obviously massive in the football world. He went and got paid.
Oh, we call him Big Girl over here.
What do you call him?
We call him Big Girl.
Okay, I'm not going to call him that, okay? I'm not going to do that, all right? That seems like something. Why do you call him Big Girl? When did that start?
It started last year. We were just walking on the field, and just Sue has like how girls they like say I got a resting bitch face or whatever. No, you never heard a girl say that?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So Sue has like it's not a resting bitch face. It's like he just always got a mean mug.
Yes.
He always looks mad for some reason, but he's not. And one time we were walking to the indoor facility to our walkthrough, and he was just looking mad and just having a bad day. And then I was just looking at him. I was like, "This dude looks like a big girl, just mad right now." And I was like across the field, and I was just yelling out, "Hey, big girl, big girl!" And he looked like he kept getting mad, and he was just like he couldn't help it. He started laughing at the end. Yeah, well. But he ended up coming up to me. He said one of his good friends in the off season started calling him big girl, and he said that's why he was that's why he was like a little upset about it because he was like, "How'd you know about that?"
Okay, so two different parts of Ndamukong Suh's life now refer to him for the same thing, which is because he looks like he is inevitably the pissed off lady at a situation, but he also has some things in his past, right? Steps on people, known to be a ferocious player, dominant football player. He takes the payday down in Miami for like 100-some million. Then he goes to LA. Then he comes to Tampa, finally gets a Super Bowl. But the way he played and kicked that thing up, and he said he's not done yet either. It looked like it was maybe the best we've seen of Big Girl for his entire career there. How have you? I'm gonna get my fucking ass kicked. All right. Firstly,
He's not gonna take it out on you. He's gonna take it out on me.
Well, better you than me.
I got everybody at the facility calling him Big Girl. Everyone's just saying Big Girl now. And then on Christmas, we did like a little Secret Santa day for like our D-line group, and Sue had me, and he got me like these little cardboard cutouts of Respucia with my face on there. I got something, though. I got something for him.
Yeah, well, okay. He said he's not going to retire, so he's planning on running it back. That's kind of the mindset of that entire locker room almost. And you said everything just started kind of clicking there at the end. I talked to Clyde Christensen. He said if you guys had 8 more weeks, your team would still only get better and better because of how young and fresh everything was. What is it going to be like trying to keep that entire locker room, try to keep Big Girl around, for instance?
I've been talking to him every now and then. And just telling them, just asking them, like, we need you back. You gotta come back so we could, try to do this thing again. And he's definitely talking about it. He has 2 twins on the way, so I think he's definitely thinking about it, thinking about his career, And so I don't know. We'll see what he decides. But if he does come back, it'd be a plus for us to. Have something like him around, not only to learn from, but, someone to play next to, take them double teams off me.
Yeah, it's nice to have another guy in there. You're listed 6'4", 346, 347. Is that all year or is that playing weight?
That's playing weight. It fluctuates during the season. Obviously out here, you lose 10 pounds after practice just because of the heat. Yeah. So I may lose a couple pounds throughout the season, and then put him back on in the off season.
What will you get up to? What is the highest you've got up to? You think, if you had to guess? You know what I mean?
The highest I'd probably say 350, 355, and then once I start cardio, I start shitting it off.
What do you do workout wise? Is it mass? Do you do Olympic lifts? What is the workout for it? Because a nose tackle, right? You're just eating. You're just eating humans. So your job is literally, now you're an incredible athlete and you can move and everything like that. But a majority of the time, you're just eating humans, right? That's kind of what you're doing. So Shaq and JPP and White and everybody, David and everybody can eat. What is your workout? Do you have a workout regimen, or is it just natural that you're just strong as fuck oos that just shows up? Like what is the protocol of the whole thing?
It's just a normal workout for me, I guess. I've been every year. I think I've trained at a new spot throughout my years in the NFL. So it hasn't been anything too crazy. It's been probably a mixture of everything, with power lifts, Olympic style lifting, a lot of plyometrics type of stuff. Really just trying to keep that cardio up and keep my strength up at the same time. So just a lot of normal power lifts that I do.
What would you do if you fucking saw that right there? What would you do? Huh? You go the other way. You probably go pick somebody else to go after if you saw that right there.
I probably would have jumped off sides before the ball snapped.
Yeah. So scared. You know what I mean? So scared in that thing. How do you do it, by the way? You just have to watch the ball, and how is that even possible, especially with the no fans? Because we talked to Aaron, and you guys did a great job against Aaron early in the season, obviously, and you guys beat him in Lambeau or whatever. But we watched through the year how an away quarterback because there's no fans, was able to use his cadence, right? He was able to inflection. I mean, Aaron was taking advantage of it. Pat was taking advantage of it. A lot of people were being able to take advantage of it. As a defensive lineman, that's you, is what they're trying to get, by the way. And whenever you're standing right over the ball and the quarterback is like less than a foot away, how do you just block that out? Like, do you just have to naturally block that out, or do you get like a tendency on their cadence, like the way they say things, or are you looking potentially at the hands on the ass? Maybe that's giving away things. Is there something that I don't know that you guys know, or is it just naturally you have to be disciplined with the sounds?
I think sometimes it comes naturally. Sometimes, like, even I'll sit back even today and think about it, like, dang, there'll be plays like I just jumped off the ball and I'm like, dang, that could have been a hard count. I would have jumped off sides. But I think a lot of it is just they get us a lot in practice. You know, they implement a lot of hard counts throughout the week in practice. And I think we get used to it. And then once you get to the game and you start to get a feel for it, you could tell in their voice that the ball is not going to get snapped. I know sometimes edge rushers, they look at the play clock, and that's how they time their snap count. But a lot of times for me, it's easier for me because I'm right in front of the center. So I just when the ball moves, I have to move. Or if you're further out from the ball, you go off movement. So if they move, then you move.
Any assholes out there? Or are you the asshole?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. You know. Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Are you the guy like, hey, this is gonna be a long day? Like, hey, whistle, pal. You better bring it, or is there an understanding in the middle there where it's like, at any given moment, our shit could get taken out from underneath us here? Or are you gonna push it to the end of the whistle blows and that type of thing?
It depends. Honestly, for me, I think it depends if what they do. Like most of the time I'm doing my job, and I'm being aggressive out there and trying to move guys around. And then I think most of the time the way I handle it is I think of myself as like the Joker, how he laughs. Batman punches him in the face and he laughs, and it's just like if I'm getting double teamed, I'll be laughing, and it's just funny to me because I'm thinking about like, all right, these two dudes doubling me and they can't move me, and I'm like
laughing.
But I'm messing with their head because I'm laughing.
During the play?
Yeah, during the play.
You have to look like an absolute psychopath. Jeez. Oh my God. Oh, that is beautiful.
Or something like that happens if I get pushed from the back or like blindside or something, I'll get up and just start laughing and just laugh at their face. It's something like that.
Hey, they got that crazy motherfucker. Yeah, I almost took his ACL out. The guy was laughing in my face.
Didn't even care.
What do you got, Connor?
Vita, you caught a touchdown pass when Jameis was the quarterback. Are you going to ask Tom to put in a little play for you to get you in the end zone again?
I'm kind of scared to ask Tom.
Smart.
I'm gonna wait for him to come, approach me. Yeah, then we can talk about it.
That is funny. Hey, Tom.
It might be a little different me going up to him.
Hey, how's it going, Tom? Vita Vea, nose tackle. I was wondering, red zone. Maybe we start feeding me a little bit. Could you imagine if you walked over? That would be incredible. You're a fullback though. Aren't you in a package or two for him?
Oh yeah, I've been doing fullback plays, just blocking, that type of stuff. That I didn't realize how hard blocking, especially like up at the line of scrimmage. Like normally, like the first time I played the offensive snap was last year against Arizona, and here I'm lined up like at the tight end wing. And I was like, I'm over here sitting in my stats like, oh shit, I don't know the snap count. I'm over here like, I don't know the snap count. And I'm like looking around, and all I see is Terrell Suggs in front of me like this, like looking at the ball. And I was like, I can't even see the ball. I don't know the snap count. And I was like, what the hell is about to go on? I was over here I was like, damn, this thing's harder than I expected. I thought I just got to go out there and block somebody.
Did you just hold? You just did what every offensive lineman does, just hold him?
I kind of like gave him a little nudge, And then a little nudge, and he kind of, it made it. That play made it on Good Morning Football.
Oh, you buried him.
No, I didn't bury. I don't want to get into all that.
Well,
hey, you kind of should. It seems like
I didn't bury it. I just kind of I kind of knocked him off balance a little bit.
Oh, okay. So I think maybe you do take that particular tape in there though to Tom, and you say, "Listen, I've already mastered the blocking. Okay, I know the snap count now. It's a whole fucking new game. Maybe go ahead and let me eat a little bit. Go ahead and get the guy the ball.
Hand it off even."
But it was a lucky play. Like if that was the role reversed, it probably would have happened to me too. Like I probably would have been on the ground and knocked over off balance.
You have any sweet moves you use in there on the interior line? You do any sweet? You got any sweet moves in there?
I got a nice little spin move that I do. It's kind of scary though. More like when you're closer to the ball, like when you're head up in the center, it's kind of a little bit more scary because the guards come down to help. So if like I'm doing a spin and right when I spin around, the guards come down, he could blow me up. So it's just like you gotta know, and you gotta like try to hear their protection. And if they're sliding this way, whatever way they're sliding, then you know like, oh, I can hit it or stuff like that.
Are you listening to them, especially now with the no crowd noise, even more so than anybody else? Was there any easy tells that you were able to get? Not that anything's easy in defensive line, but were you able to pay attention and hear like, okay, who's sliding, who needs help, potentially anything like that this year more so than any other years because of the crowd?
Yeah, a lot of time it was like easier, like especially like snap count cadences. Like you could hear it. Like our first game versus the Saints, it was like weird as hell. Like, coming out, we were like, this feels like we got a scrimmage going on. Like we came out like normally you know how it is. Normally you run out the tunnel and you got a whole bunch of like fans screaming this and that, especially in New Orleans. And we ran out and there was just nobody anywhere, and we were listening and you could just hear music. And they said there was going to be crowd noise, and there was no crowd noise at all. And you're just out there and you just hear Drew Brees yelling and all that. And you could hear him say snap count.
Did you hear what he said? Did he tell Jameis this is your team now? Did you hear what he said?
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear him after you guys beat him in the playoffs? He was screaming at Jameis, and we think he said, "This is your team now." Did you hear him say that after that playoff game? Did you hear that?
I saw that. That was against us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I was wondering, because you were potentially on the field. I don't know how loud Drew was screaming at to Jameis. You know what I mean?
He was. I seen it. I wasn't playing that game. I was at home watching on TV.
Oh shit! That's.
I seen it. They kept replaying, and I seen it, and it sounded like he said that. But
what happened when you got injured? What happened?
It was just basically I was going out for a tackle. Me and Devin White were going out for the tackle at the same time, and me and him were getting a little argument before the game, so he wanted to take me out.
Damn.
Real teammate. It's a good locker room. You guys got.
Nah, I'm just playing. It was just football. Stuff happens like that in football. It's just wrong place, the wrong time. We were both there at the same time to get the tackle. I was lower than he was, and by the time we made the tackle, he landed on top of me, but he landed on my leg. It happens.
Hey, low man wins. In this particular case, you lost, though. Can't thank you enough for joining us, Vita. You're the best, man. Enjoy the off season, will you?
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Tampa home? Is that where you stay all off season?
Yeah, I'm out here in Tampa. I got to stay acclimated to this weather.
Smart. Hey, good strategy. Got to stay in Tampa because the humidity and everything, you know what I mean? Need to let the body stay down there.
It killed me my rookie year. Like my first practice, I came out there, and I was over there I thought I was out of shape because like the humidity. And then one day we went in practice in the indoor, and I was just running around everywhere. But it was like the first day of practice in OTAs. I walk outside and I was just drenched in sweat. And I look at one of the DBs, and this dude got a fat ass like dip in his mouth. And I was like, I can't even breathe. How you run around like that?
Just puking immediately day one. A lot of big girl looks, I assume, day one in Tampa, by the way. There's probably a lot of hands on hips, a lot of deep breathing. It's always good during training camp. Now, for me, I never had to do anything, but you look down with the big boys, first, second day of training camp, a lot of arms firmly into hips, back bend. Oh my God, what do we got going on here?
That's the technique right there.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. That's a Super Bowl champ, Vita Vea. He's smoking, I guess, a massive stogie, too, from what I've been told from behind the scenes back there. Oh. I guess he had a big old boy sitting in there on the porch down there in Tampa. Big porch, wherever he's at. He's done good. Big man, big rings, big fucking front porch from what I got to see right there.
Earned it.
Hey, I love that guy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to a break. On the other side, we'll answer some phone calls and talk about some other things that are going on in the world. Cam Newton, obviously that situation is Cam. I have something to say about it. It's a talk show.
Have to.
So you literally have to say stuff about stuff. I have something to say about that particular type of stuff, which seems to be happening on a more regular basis these days. Deion Sanders' shit got stolen, but the person that was doing the stealing was caught red-handed by one of the staff members who was found. This was taking away from a massive 53-0 win. Wow. The debut of Coach Prime Time. Max Homa won. J.J. Watt needs some time, please. Get off his ass. All right?
Big decision.
Wait, DoorDash. By the way, maybe the most relatable thing J.J. Watt has put out there.
Yeah.
We will scroll through that thing and get to the bottom. Then you realize you're at the section where it's going to take 2 hours and 45 minutes to get to where you're at. Yeah. So then you got to scroll all the way back up to the top and say, fuck it. What am I going to settle for tonight? Whatever's fastest. And then normally there's a couple options there. Then you got to whittle that down. J.J. said, listen, it takes me an hour before I even pick a DoorDash. Now, he's in Wisconsin at his log cabin, so who knows how many options there are. But get off his ass when he's trying to figure out what team he's going to go to. The man needs to scroll a bit. Let's get to a break. 1-888-MAD-DOG-6. Phone calls on the other side. This is the Pat McAfee Show, Monday, February 22nd, 2021. Sirius XM Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio. Hello and welcome to Office Championship Wrestling live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Tonight we have a straight to hell match in which the Devil will battle against our office wrestler, Dylan Boston. You might be wondering how we got here. Let's find out right now. And now we have to make a deal with the Devil.
Yeah, no big deal. Classic trial by combat situation. We got our champion, Dylan Bostic. All he's got to do, win the match, 1, 2, 3, and we're home safe.
The only man that would take the job to protect us from the Devil himself, Dylan Bostic.
Like you mentioned, Pat, there's probably about 5 or 6 other guys we'd rather have in this position, but we'll take Bostic, I guess.
Not only are all of our souls on the line, the Office Championship Wrestling Championship, presented by Natural Light, is also on the line.
Jesus, the Devil's trying to put Bostic right to hell!
I do not want to
Good
go to
God,
hell!
no!
Don't do
Good
it!
God, no! Come on, Bostic, Pat!
Oh, no! Oh, my...
I'll see you in hell, Pat. The goddamn Easter Bunny's out here! What the hell's he doing here?
The Easter Bunny is obviously here to help Dylan Bostic. Wait a minute. No!
No, no!
The Easter Bunny's been on the Devil's side this whole time. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
What the hell's Jesus Christ doing here?
The power of Christ is compelling Dylan Bostic.
Look at this, Pat! Jesus Christ is bringing Bostic back to life! Jesus is going insane! And now Bostic's kicking wholesale ass in the ring!
Jesus Christ has come to help Dylan Bostic defeat the Devil and defeat the Easter Bunny. What's going to happen here?
Good God Almighty, it looks like he's going up in the scissor lift!
Jesus is lifting the scissor lift! Jesus is now telling Bostic to come down from
Don't do it, Bostic! Don't do it! Oh, my God! Bostic's dead! He's dead! You can't tell from home, but that scissor lift is about 8 stories up, Pat!
80 feet in the air! Oh, wait! He's tuning up the bed! The Devil!
Super kick! Into the casket! The devil goes down! The devil goes down! Shuts the casket! Straight back to hell! The devil goes straight back to hell, where he belongs! With the assist from Jesus Christ of Nazareth! Dylan Bostic saves the PMI office's souls and wins the OCW championship right here on our first OCW Straight to Hell.
Every day is game day for these guys. It's showtime on the Pat McAfee Show.
This beautiful Monday is brought to you by Manscaped, who's the best in men's below-the-waist grooming and trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. If you're on the market for some beautiful balls, we have an exclusive offer for listeners and watchers of this show. 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com/Pat to the United States, Canada, Australia, and the UK.
Oh, okay.
They're shipping everywhere. 20% off and free shipping. This is a bad idea.
How are they making money?
I don't know, but Australian balls, I can't wait for you to feel the Lawnmower 3.0 because Manscaped has created the greatest below-the-waist grooming tools on earth, and they're losing a significant amount of money to ship it to Australia, I would assume, in this free shipping thing. Let's take advantage of manscaped.com/Pat.
Come on.
Thank you, Manscaped. I tried to buy 2 goats from Australia one time.
How'd that go?
The goats themselves are only a few $100s. Shipping them and keeping them alive from Australia to America, that's where they get you, the big-time shipping fees. 10,000 almost.
Jesus.
Turned out Vincent Van Gogh and his brother Vinatieri were not worth it. Told them to stay home down under. They probably were eaten by a snake or something at this point. They could have been living on my house. But what I'm saying is the shipping from us to Australia is massive. 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com/Pat to the United States, Canada, Australia, and the UK. Manscaped has created the best ball hair trimmer in human existence, the Lawnmower 3.0. It's their 3rd-generation trimmer, which features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. We just got a replacement blade as a gift in the mail. It's perfect timing because you have to upgrade the blade after some uses for a fresh cleanup. Did you guys know that?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had to do it for the stash.
To be honest, I've not updated my blade at all since getting it, and I've never had a problem.
Look at that.
Still perfect.
So what they're saying is, eventually you will. Here you go. Go to manscaped.com/Pat. Get 20% off and free shipping. Lawnmower 3.0, weed whacker, nose and ear hair trimmer. I mean, they have it all. They have focused on below-the-belt grooming. And enroll in the Peak Hygiene Plan and get every 3-month replenishment of your favorite products and replacement blades delivered directly to your door hassle-free. Shout out to them.
The best.
Shout out.
Shout out to
Trimming bushes down in the bush.
Hey,
Down under.
Down in the bush, down there.
Shrimp
Aussie
on the
Rose
barbie.
football's coming back in a couple weeks.
Come on.
Have some nice bald balls for, a little footy coming back with some specky marks, dude.
Yeah, you need it. Those shorts, they run high.
They do run a bit high. You got to keep that thing trimmed and down there. Oklahoma University wide receiver. Okay, in the wide receiver room.
Mm-hmm.
University of Oklahoma, Boomer.
Sooner.
Down there in Oklahoma, a wide receiver for them named Spencer Jones learned a lesson this weekend that is one that a lot of the planet has already learned, I think, at this point, or maybe will learn throughout their life. If you're somebody who dabbles in going out and about in places where minds are getting intoxicated and inebriated, there are situations that could potentially pop off. It comes with the life of going out. There's a chance that a drunk fight will pop off. You might not even know why or how you ended up in said situation, but inevitably, if you go out and drink a lot, you're probably going to end up in a situation where you're looking around and you think to yourself, not good.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's probably going to happen. Or you're in a situation that's like, oh, I guess we're. There's a couple, I guess we're, and you just got to, I guess we're.
Do what you can.
I guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
And then inevitably you kind of get out there. That all changed. Back in my day, drunk fights were something that happened. I felt like it was an honorable thing actually to happen. Outside, after, there's pepper spray and pushing and sober people coming in and preying on all of us, by the way, all the drunk fighters, the sobers come in, and they do the full, bang!
See ya!
Like the sober bouncers they love it. They're like, oh, the drunks are fucking up. And all of a sudden, everybody's an enemy to them, right? Then you get outside and you finally go, I didn't fucking fuck you.
I didn't do shit.
And there's like a full conversation, Like we got past it. That all started to change. And a lot of people are wondering what changed that. Was it the social media? Was it the phones? I don't think that was exactly it. What I think it was more and more of these cauliflower ears started showing up.
Yep.
Okay? You'd be at a bar and a cauliflower ear would walk up right next to you. And before it was universally known, you would say, what the fuck happened to your ear, dude? And he's like, oh, just years of beating it down or whatever. Does that hurt? Like, yeah, it hurts when it happens, but now it's just the way it is. It's like, okay. And then you kind of have a couple more drinks. And as you watch later in the night, that situation, I guess you notice cauliflower ear guy is in one of those.
Yeah.
And he's winning, by the way. He's cleaning up.
Over and over
He's
again.
boom, dumping people. Wham, pow, how you doing? Even the sobers that are coming in, they're bang, bang, boom. It's like, oh my God, what the fuck is that thing? That ear thing is an indicator for then UFC started to grow and grow and grow and grow, and you started seeing affliction gear. And now you have to kind of decipher. You see the affliction shirt, you don't see cauliflower ear, so you think, affliction shirt, fan of the cauliflower ears, okay, has seen the cauliflower ears, might try to, be cauliflower ears, but not the cauliflower ear, can swing on affliction shirts, no cauliflower ears, okay? Affliction shirts disappeared. Mixed martial arts continue to grow.
Yeah.
No longer. You used to have a friend that did karate, you were pretty fucking safe. All right?
Of course.
I got a black belt friend. Whatever. He's going to come in and fucking, how you looking? You know what I mean?
See ya.
Not anymore. The world has changed. You cannot just get in random drunk fights anymore. You have no idea what you are messing with. You have no clue what killer is on the other side of said drunk fight. That person could be rolling in his basement every single morning, 5 a.m., trying to break your neck, arm, and leg at the same time. And what did you do? You're in the bathroom, stumbling out. Oh, you looked at me? Fuck you. Bang, pop, boom, dead. You are done. Can't fight anymore, okay? Just can't do it.
Nope.
Spencer Jones learned that this weekend in the bathroom in Oklahoma. Can we please run the footage, please?
Don't have it up yet.
Okay, great.
There's only one way to learn, though.
Affliction shirts actually banned at the bars back home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
You know what else they should have got rid of, and I don't know if they will now?
Cauliflowers?
No, cauliflower ears are earned, by the way. Those are not banned. And by the way, if I had one, I'd feel like the coolest person ever. That punch pressure thing, where you punch it and then it puts a score on it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You walk into one of those, it's like, all right.
So much to start.
They always have those at every strip club,
All right, here
too,
we
just
go.
sitting there.
All right, so what's going to happen here? All right, look, first of all, let's go ahead and give a little look-see around here. Where the cauliflower is.
Yeah.
When that particular group makes its way over to the punch machine, we all say, they're the winners, congratulations.
Good night.
If there's some stooges there, when cauliflower ears make their way over there, stooges need to get out. For the sake of everybody in here, we just need to realize that we are in a much different time than we were 15 years ago. These wrestlers that used to just be able to wrestle you, guess what? They have watched what wrestlers have made millions of dollars doing, which is fighting people. And as soon as they get on top of you, they'll drunk bar fight elbow you in the face and you're just eating. You're like, what the fuck is this? I thought we were Are we boxing? No, you're not boxing. You just got into a fight with a bear and you had no idea. And you should have seen the signs, but you didn't. Spencer Jones needs to know that there's not always going to be a sign staring right in your face, but you just need to realize that these people are out here. This happened in Oklahoma this weekend. Oh, jeez.
Look at me. Look at me. Hey, boys. Hey, get out of here. Oh, what you got? Hey, put the fuck out. Get out of here.
Pow, dead. See ya.
Oh, shit.
Bam.
Oh, shit.
Sidewalk.
I know he
Oh,
gives
shit, young man.
Other friend right into a guy pissing. Eat it.
Hey, he ain't fucking around.
He is not.
Nobody
By the way, back in the day,
coming back, bro.
World Star would be being yelled right now. Rest in peace to that. Shout out that.
That's just funny, bro. Hey, guillotine.
Yeah, guillotine.
Hey, rear naked choke.
Rear naked
Tap
choke
out,
on me.
motherfucker.
Are those cowboy boots?
Cowboy boots, yes. And he kind of looks like Ben Askren. I would assume underneath that hair there is a cauliflower ear. And his friend, what you just heard there, just got. They are not playing around. They are ground and pounding now on Spencer Jones and his friend in the corner there. I mean, you're talking about just can't have it. But you can see how. Now, what was the conversation in the bathroom about? People will be discussing that whole thing. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of potential conversations, bathroom conversations that have happened in nightclubs since probably the 60s or so. There's what was going on there. That'll all be speculated at this point. Heard Spencer had surgery on himself. Yeah. Hope he's okay. But it's a message for all the youngs out there. Whenever you go out again, if we're ever allowed out again, I guess we'll ask Fauci that every other week or so. If Fauci thinks we can go outside, if you get the vaccine, not even allowed to do anything. What are you getting the vaccine for then? I don't think I understand fully what's going on.
You can hug your family with the vaccine now, though.
Okay, well, you can hug your family, but don't be trying to hug anybody in public if they're not of your friend group. You have no clue what's going on out there. You might. By the way, he should have known too. And also, his friend with the denim jacket. I mean, old buddy turns his head, and that guy like slaps him in the face. He turns back around. I believe he's 100% sure in his head. Spencer Jones is the one that just slapped me right in the mouth. Okay, then he gives him like a little slap to this face to move his head, and then bang into the other hand. I mean, it was a full cerebral attack, side body control takedown. Then his boy, who started the whole thing, you know, gets a belly to back over top of him. Yeah. It's just one of those situations when you're out and about. There might be a fucking alligator on the other side. Okay, don't get into the death roll or whatever the fuck it's
now
called.
we know why the cage isn't cement, too, because, man, when that dude got thrown into the wall, he was out.
Dude.
Out.
Like a light, dude.
Like a light.
By the way, if you're going to slap somebody, I mean, another rule here, you need to bring that along.
Yeah.
That needs to be at least a little bit of a... But they shouldn't be fighting. Can't be fighting anymore.
No.
Let's not fight anymore, guys. Let's put our swords away.
Let's all be friends.
Especially when...
We all just went through all this shit. All right? Let's stop fighting.
It is interesting because from that video, I don't think COVID made it to Oklahoma. They all seem fine in there.
I'll tell you what, I was down there in Florida. Everybody had masks on, but everybody was out. I mean, we walked through, everybody was out. A lot of masks, though. Everybody's wearing masks, forced to wear a mask.
Okay.
There was actually one time I was staying by the pool, and there was a bathroom like right up yonder behind me there. I got up to go to the bathroom, and it was only like a couple of people or whatever. Get halfway there, I was like, oh no, I feel like a terrible. I thought somebody was going to take a picture of me and be like, oh, it doesn't fucking. So I actually turned around and got the mask back on. Like it is very much a place where you feel as if you have to have a mask on, if that makes sense. But people are everywhere. There ain't like I'm going to put this mask on and try to get back home as fast as possible. It's like, no, mask plays. We stay. This is what's going on down there.
You and Foxy, you drove by that block party when you were down there a couple months ago.
More masks I saw this weekend than then, Foxy.
It sure sounds like it.
Yeah,
there were none that time.
There was none, but Florida has been open. I'll be intrigued to see how this whole thing plays out. A lot of people down there from all over the place where I was at. Marco Island, there's just people on top of each other.
On an island?
They got condos on top of condos on top of condos. I assume at one point it was probably like only a few people knew about it. It's the southernmost Gulf side of America.
Ah, okay.
So it's like, I assume at one point it was like a secret, and then everybody was like, I'm going to build a building here.
Orlovsky knows about it. Half of ESPN's going to be down there next week.
Hey, Orlovsky took up half the place with his family. I don't know how he travels with that many people. It was very fascinating because this is the first time I've ever stayed at a place where there's a lot of families as well. They're in a different part of the resort. There was an adult only, and then there was... I don't know how you travel 4 or 5 kids. Impressive. Very, very impressive. But I don't know how the fuck they do it. Is that 4 to 5 flights? They gonna get tickets for all of them?
Different seats, yeah. I'm assuming he's on the CBDPM plan. You know, just, hey, go to bed for the flight. We'll wake you up when we get to Florida.
You think Orlovsky's drugging his kids?
He's not drugging them. He's helping them out.
Let's go to Kevin in Wisconsin. What's going on, Kevin? What's going on, pal?
Hey, Pat and the boys, how are we today?
Hey, not too shabby, Kevin. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, I have an overreaction for you. I think that Green Bay is going to finally draft a wide receiver in the first round. Ndamukong can't fuck it up twice, and Aaron Rodgers is going to throw 50 touchdowns and win back-to-back MVPs.
I like it, Kevin. I don't think that's overreaction at all. I think they're saying that Aaron's going to restructure his contract. I don't know what that means. Are they going to add more money because he's $12 million lower than Patrick Mahomes on average? Are they going to spread that out because the salary cap might not be growing as much as they think it is? There's a lot of questions there on what the Packers are going to do and Aaron Rodgers is going to do. I do have on good authority he did watch Ted Lasso, though, so expect him to potentially have a better mindset next year than he had last year somehow. So maybe he will go back-to-back with MVPs, even though it's going to be very difficult. It seems like he's playing his absolute best football. They give him a little bit of help there on that team, add a little bit of depth, and everybody's like, well, they had the number one offense. What are we even talking about adding a weapon? It's like, have you seen what the Chiefs did? Have you seen what the Bucks did? Have you seen what these teams do? It's okay to have a plethora of options because guess what? There's a lot more offensive plays now. You have a guy that can make every single play. You have an offensive coordinator who seems to be young and in tune enough to can draw up plays and schemes. And you got Devontae Adams, who's always going to demand a double team. Maybe get another weapon in there, can open him up a little bit more. It's just like there's a lot of things you would think the Packers could potentially do, but they did absolutely nothing last year, made it back to an NFC championship.
Well, and with the wide receiver free agents this year, forget the draft. Why don't you just sign a guy you know is going to come in and be a stud for you?
Like, you're talking about A.J. Green?
A.J. Green, perhaps, of course, number 2 on Mitt's free agent list. But Godwin, Brown, Golladay, Jones. I mean, there's so many different guys.
Will Fuller's out there, too.
Let's go. T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. And let's not forget Fun Chess will be back next year.
Oh, yeah, he's opting in.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, boy.
Look out for Fun Chess.
Fun chess.
I'm excited to talk to the people that opted out and inevitably come back and play 10 years from now. Real thoughts on the opt-out season.
MLB player just opted out for the second year in a row, Ian Desmond.
Yeah, but I'm saying like 10 years from now, I'd like to know their actual thoughts on if they should. Like, for instance, you're watching that season with the Packers. You just signed there as a free agent in Funches. You see the quarterback playing better than he's ever played before. Yeah. You see the offense moving. Is there ever a thought of like, it seemed like over, 1,500 guys were able to figure it out this season and nobody died, I don't think. I don't think anybody died. No. Maybe I shouldn't have opted out whenever I could have. Or maybe it was like I felt like I did the right thing for my family, which is, by the way, cool either way. But 10 years from now, I would like to have the old look-back ski on the opt-outs for the COVID to see how it goes.
Well, all 8 of the Patriots players definitely knew, hey, shit, Tom wasn't here. We knew he was going down to win in Tampa, so no point to even come out.
Yeah, what are we going to do the Patriot way when the world's already at its worst?
Yeah.
10 years from now, we should also go back and look at everything Fauci has said.
No, whoa. Hey,
Coffee.
Listen.
What do you see?
Hey, he is becoming a little bit more of he's back. Yeah. Guess who's back? Back again. Fauci's back. Tell a friend. Now, he'll tell you, by the way. But don't tell your friend. Make it by phone.
Well, he also just received a $1 million prize for all the fantastic work he's done over this year.
Hey, shout out.
Wait, paid himself?
I don't know. Is that like a part of the contract? Like if you do this, you automatically get $1 million prize bonus?
I don't know how those doctor contracts work, but I do believe they do not look at the denominator.
I'll tell you what.
No.
Hey,
You saying,
how could I not?
You saying, I do not know how them doctor contracts work with that mustache. That's going to be viewed by some doctor, and they're going to be like, oh, no shit. And that's the difference between this show and those shows. We're just looking at what we're told, pal.
Yeah.
Right? And judging.
There's a video of Mars with sound this week, and an astrophysicist from NASA commented on it. Hey, can you delete this? It's like, hey, look, lady, I have no idea what I'm talking about on here, so anything you see, I should delete.
What'd you just say? What happened? An astrophysicist?
Yeah, an astrophysicist who works at NASA, at least that's what it said in her Twitter profile, commented on the video of the Mars with sound and was like, hey, can you please remove this? This is fake.
To you or to who?
Yeah, to me. It's like, no, I'm not removing it. I'm sorry, Doc, but no thanks.
Connor, I thought you meant like on the original video.
Well, it was the same video that I shared. It was just from the...
Yeah, you tweeted the video there?
Yeah.
So you think that this particular NASA astrophysicist is going around to every human that tweeted that video and saying, please delete this, and not going to the main person that posted the video
at
on
least some of them.
I think he's
at least some. I mean, it was to mine. I don't know why she picked mine.
Did you see the internet, by the way, cooking up that was Antarctica or something?
Iceland? It was Greenland or whatever.
Greenland. You see a man down here. What do you see, a van? Ain't that interesting? What's the van say? Mars. That's what we thought.
Fake snow as well. That was the other one.
Bro, it's so, hey, okay, that is a shame that you have to view absolutely everything in this world as complete bullshit.
Who knows?
What about, that's bullshit. Is this snow? Is it?
Doesn't smell like
Is it?
Doesn't smell like it.
Huh?
Get it in the microwave.
Why?
Is that a bird? Is it?
I don't know.
Is it?
The birds. I mean, I can't even get going with the birds. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying, though. Everything at this point, you have to go. Is it?
That's fake.
That's the internet, baby. Let's go to Kyle in Massachusetts. What's going on, Kyle? This guy stinks.
Come on, Kyle. One time, dude.
One time.
I'm back. I'm sorry about that, boys.
That's all right. Great to hear from you. What do you want to talk about, Kyle?
I have a couple of quick questions. The first, why is Connor's stooge ass sitting in the room now? Why is he back taking calls? Because Mitt is cancer. Like, come on, boys. What's going on back
dude.
Jeez. Kyle, yeah, I appreciate it.
Just throw the C word at Mitt like that.
Yeah. Cancer, I mean, Mitt doesn't even know what it is, so he wouldn't even be able to know that was a bad thing.
No, dude, I'm
a
Capricorn.
Leo. What are you, by the way? He doesn't know.
I'm a human.
That's another thing, by the way.
Still trying to find his feet after a long weekend.
He did look terrible. I mean, I just got off the beach for 5 days, and he looked like he just got smacked in the mouth.
Got out of the basement for the first time in a
little wakey, huh, pal? Got his own place all of a sudden. He's an adult.
Anytime he can drink on a Thursday night, you know he's taking advantage.
We got off Friday? You know what that sounds like.
You need to get a couple more leaders.
Hey, Mitt, by the way, don't be fighting anybody, okay?
Don't do it.
It's your generation, and specifically, you guys don't know. You guys don't realize because you guys are all popping off on Twitter about everything. You're like, you're a bunch of, soft, blah, blah, blah. In real life, them cauliflower ears will fuck you up, man.
Be careful.
They don't care about how many squats you do in here and every single day after work in this office. What do you got?
We actually had a talk with him about that this morning. We told him, you look out for yourself, but also you got to watch out for your bodies because he's got his buddy Gucci Bane. He said, Gucci Bane just got in a fight 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, just watch who you're around.
Listen, we will. That will be the last time we ever give that particular person's name any type of clout on this show, okay? It just can't continue to happen. A caller with the Mitt's top 10 we put on there, it's terrible. Now you got Mitt's dumb friend getting mentions in this whole thing. Can't happen. It's a sports show. Gucci Bane did play offensive line.
That's right.
At the ball.
That's right.
Shout out.
Did not box it.
Shout out. All right, let's get to one more phone call here. Let's go to Devin in Houston. What's going on, Devin?
Hey, Pat and the boys, how we doing?
Not too shabby, pal. How are you?
I'm doing good. We've got a problem, though, but you're the only guys I think can handle the deal.
Okay.
Best play in sports is a fat man touchdown. There's nothing better than seeing a big fella in the end zone. He has no business being there. His celebration is great because he hasn't been there since he's been a kid.
True.
But there's no other sports outlet that's keeping track of these. So I need to know if in the upcoming season you guys are going to be the official home of the big fella touchdown track.
Remind us in August, please.
Yeah.
There's no way we remember that.
No chance.
I'll write it down. But
Yeah, we'll write down and tell your phone, please.
Yeah,
tell your phone, please.
Remind me August about big boy touchdowns. Thank you. I got it.
Efficient.
That was very efficient.
It's quick, yeah.
It is real, though. Houston, though, I thought he was going to potentially talk about how there's a restaurant that says, a very popular restaurant in Houston that says, we will serve anybody here, who's socially distanced, except Jack Easterby. Jack Easterby has gotten to a point where he is no longer allowed to eat in some restaurants in Houston, and he's just getting started, by the way. He just started praying there. I mean, he's prayed elsewhere. He's been in New England. A lot of players in New England came out and said, I love this man. Yeah. Down in Houston, it seems like he started a complete fire. Motherfucker can't even eat in some places in Houston. This is reserved for anybody other than Jack Easterby to eat at. A pretty prominent restaurant down in Houston already feels that way. Is Jack ever going to be able to win back his seat at a restaurant in Houston? Is Jack Easterby ever going to be able to pray back into the good graces of the NFL locker room that is the Texans organization? Is Jack Easterby going to be a comeback tale, or will this be a one fish, two fish, who fish, blue fish, Jack Easterby down in the water where Jesus walked?
We know Easterby's already spitting his yarn. The devil. That's where the devil eats. That's the restaurant of the devil in Houston. We can't eat there, boys.
Yeah, devil went down to that restaurant. It was looking for a soul of steel. It was in a bind. It was way behind, and looked like everybody could get a meal. Except for Jack Easterby.
Yep.
This Corvette? Oh.
Shout out Juju.
Shout out Juju.
All right.
Big shout out.
We got to get to a break. Hour 2 is wrapping up. AJ Hawk will be on the other side. Some more phone calls, some more conversation. Deion Sanders chatter.
Oh, yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater, Big Ben Roethlisberger. There's a lot of things that we have yet to talk about. We'll do that in hour 3. You got about 6 minutes. We'll see you on the other side. Go ahead and take a shit down there. Why is football the greatest sport on earth? And do you think football is the greatest sport on earth? And why do you like football?
That's a really deep question there, Pat.
I know. I think I'd get a good answer out of you, though. Like, I think you'd be able to talk about it in a way that I think a lot of people haven't, because you've been at the pinnacle of it for so damn long and inside of it, and your brain is a pretty fantastic one. We've learned here over the last few weeks, obviously. Last few weeks, that's it. That's all the time we've learned that.
I think it's the greatest sport in the world for one main reason. It is a true team sport where it is damn near impossible for one person to dominate an entire game. If you look at other team sports, basketball with 5 guys on the court, I think you've seen multiple players over the years. Maybe one player, maybe 1 or 2 players on a squad be able to dominate and win championships. Baseball, you can have a dominant pitcher and win championships. Soccer, you can have a dominant forward and or goalie. That seems to be a little more of a team sport, but you don't have 11 players engaged at the same time on every play. It is truly a sport reliant on every player on the field to do their job in order to be successful. And I think that's why at times, you know, certain star players can get maybe too much credit and maybe too much blame on the flip side, because it does take so many players at the same time in 3 phases to win football games. And I think that's the beauty and the draw of our sport, is that something new happens all the time, because you are literally dealing with 11 humans on the field at one time who all have lives outside of football, and there's distractions, there's a reliance on coaching, there's a reliance on preparation, there's a reliance on diet and performance. I just think there's so many facets to it that you see something new every single week, and I think that's the beauty in our game. When it comes to the love that I have for it, it's rooted, and I think like any player who's played for a long time, the love is not just about our sport, it's about competition. And I think there's nothing in the world for me that fills that need and that hole I have like competition. I think players who play for a long time at a high level, you have that need to be satiated competitively, and it's a love of going out there and going against guys and being in an environment where you know that nothing is guaranteed. And that's why at times I've taken umbrage to people saying that it's easy, because it's not easy. It's never easy. And I think that's the beauty in our game, is that you see things new every single week. It's never easy. And your only thing you're guaranteed is the ability to compete. I love that aspect of it. I love competing. I love going out there and harnessing the fear of failure, where I think so many people who maybe don't love football as much, the root of that is a deep fear of failure, that you might go out there and your best might not be good enough, and that's not okay with you.
There's a grown man with face paint on. So you're Big Nut.
I am, and you're Little Nut.
Well, I've had a few of those in my life. Hey, I'll tell you what, Big Nut. I hope to find you one day on my wedding night. Big Nut!
Little Nut!
You did a great job, too. The lines are straight. No DUI problem there. You're really doing a great job here, sir. Hey, Big Nut, I love everything you're about, bud.
Because we are going to win the game.
He just spit in my mouth while saying that.
The most likely team to make the college football playoff is the team that is in Columbus.
He said khakis are way too close to that team from up north. If you don't put black pants on right now, you're going to get booed out of Columbus. Yeah. So I went with the black. Makes me look thin. And whenever I say 2 letters, the place goes crazy. OH! Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie George. That offense, though, led by Justin Fields. He has 41 touchdowns accounted for, only 1 turnover. I don't know how he isn't the Heisman favorite right now.
Well, he certainly has a chance to make a stick at that today, certainly next week.
He's supposed to be at Penn State, and Mike McQuarrie told me I wasn't Penn State material. Okay, Herbie was your quarterback. He was a senior. You were a freshman. What was he like as a teammate?
Oh, he was great, man. Big shoulder pads. Kurt could run for days back in the day.
We have a guy that can break every single bone in my body. Stipe, how you doing, boss man? They're down 6. 6'1". She wants to flex on the gram. He says, lady, we are getting slaughtered by the Pittsburgh Penguins.
No. Do I do a chair? I thought I need to do this.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. This is the Pat McAfee Show here, Monday, February 22nd, 2021, Hour 3, alongside AJ Hawk will join us right now. Shot to Swine for that beat drop. Just did some booking during the break.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
A man who'll be joining AJ Hawk and I. AJ, what's up, dude?
What's up, man? Who's coming on?
Thanks for doing what you did to my desk. You know, you threw my earpieces over here. There's everything's sticky here. Every battery was taken and gone. There was things shut and broke over here. The Sharon was moved over here. I do appreciate you filling in, driving out here in the middle of a dangerous snowstorm to get the show done. You did an incredible job. I loved it. Thank you for that. But what you did with my desk is going to be something where it's going to be tough for me to forget. Just want to let you know that.
Is it? Well, first off, I didn't break anything, and you know that. I didn't steal anything either. You had 19 random batteries just laying around. You know that, first off. And you try to give me some explanation that you know which one is dead and which ones are not, which is a lie. But yeah, my computer, as I see, works pretty good. I mentioned on the show, like, after I spilled an energy drink on it, hey, this thing is pretty good. That's a good testament to Apple.
Yeah, the keypad doesn't, like, the actual thing doesn't work, by the way.
It wasn't open. It wasn't open when it was spilled.
Well, you must have oozed into my goddamn keypad here because I can only use top corners of them. You know what I mean? So that'll be coming out of your paycheck for sure. You also, with the batteries, I do know what batteries are good. You had them, you tried to fuck with my system. You had them all over the place. Boxes were empty. Yep. Remember that? There was actually empty boxes this morning. Had to go find some new ones. So I appreciate what you did. I just want to let you know. But I also know what you did. Okay, you tried to get my shit. You tried to do my thing, and I appreciate you not fully breaking everything.
Slam the BB gun on the ground. The thing won't even reload anymore.
And the baseball bat is not going to make contact with anything anymore. Now that he put his fucking hands all over it.
Chip in it, too.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Speaking of chipping, a man who just won his first PGA event this past weekend. Good friends with the Aaron Rodgers. Ladies and gentlemen, Max Homa.
Yeah! Let's go, man! What's up, guys? This is an honor.
No, the honor is ours, pal. I just want to let you know, sorry we had to do some house cleaning there. AJ hosted last week from here. Fucked up everything, Max. Just everything in here got ruined. So I apologize. Thank you for joining us, big champ. How you feel? How's the body feel?
It feels good to be on. I watch Aaron's weekly press conference on here every Tuesday, so it's weird to finally get to be a part of it.
Well, by the way, anytime you'd like to join us would be fantastic, especially now, PGA champion. How's that sound? How's that feel, Max, going into the final day? We got a chance to really do this thing. What was the headspace like going in that whole thing?
It was interesting. The 3:50 a.m. wake up call helped because I feel like I was half asleep for like the majority of the morning. But it was good. I was nervous, obviously. Being from LA, it meant a lot. And playing with Dustin Johnson, who's the best player in the world, meant a lot to hang in there and tough it out. But it was cool. I don't know. It was a lot of emotions. But once I got in the heat of the battle, I felt like I was quite calm, which is always a decent sign. But just kind of try to let my clubs do the talking and see what happened at the end.
Decent.
Hey, how do you feel, I guess, walking up to the green after you hit that amazing approach shot like on your last hole of the official tournament before you went to overtime or extra holes? Like how, I guess, what was your brain doing? Like, were you super excited, thinking like, oh, this is it, I'm going to do it, this is my hometown, this is what I do? And I guess, what was that feeling compared to what it was like after you actually won?
Yeah, it was. When I saw how close the ball was, I was like, "Oh, I think I just won the golf tournament." And then I got over it, and I was so freaking nervous. My hands were shaking, my legs were shaking, and I didn't hit a great putt. And fortunately, my caddy Joe showed me the video after, and it didn't look as bad a putt as I thought it was. So it made me feel a little less bad about it. But I felt like the win after the playoff was done felt like just relief. I didn't want to. I played too good. I felt like to have to go home on that negative. I don't know if I could have lived with myself if I would have lost in the playoffs. So it was sweet relief, big deep breath once we were done on that second playoff hole.
You said you felt pretty good whenever you got into the thick of it or whatever. Has there been times in the past, because golf is also mental. I mean, it is the most mental sport on earth. Kicking, punting, also very mental. There's a lot of people that are good at it, but to be at that elite level, it's all in between the ears. Being able to repeat something that has a high failure rate and in a successful fashion over and over again. Has there been times in the past where you've been in the thick of it and you've just like, your body wasn't able? There's been a couple games where I thought like, oh, I can't even catch a fucking ball right now. Like, has there ever been those moments? And how do you is winning one, is this potentially going to be something you'll fall back on now? Like, is there a weight off of your shoulders that you won one? If you can kind of describe that aspect of the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess. So for me, when I'm on Sundays and like in contention, I actually feel quite comfortable, but it's like, it's kind of what you just said. It's like before they snap the ball to you, you're like, how am I going to catch it? And then once it all starts to move, it's like your body kind of reacts. That's how I've always kind of felt. So once the club's in my hand, I feel good. But it's like Thursday, Friday, I've definitely been in the moment where I felt nervous and my body wasn't reacting how it was supposed to. But for me, by the time Sunday comes around, I always kind of tell myself if I'm in contention, that means I'm doing a lot of things really well. So I shouldn't feel negative. You can feel anxious, you can feel nervous, but when you get the negative nerves, I think is where it's bad. It should be fun to be nervous. I mean, that's why I play golf.
Yeah, you earn that feeling, they say.
Yeah,
you earn that nerve. You earn that feeling.
Yeah, people would pay. I swear, people would pay money to feel what I feel, even when I miss a putt on 18. It's so fun. Like it sucks, but it's also like,
oh my god,
I don't know. I don't do drugs, but I imagine that's what like acid is like. I mean, it's a wild ride.
It's a wild ride. I don't know. By the way, I think I have, and I'm not sure.
I truly don't, but
it's wild.
I'm guessing.
Hey, is it harder when you're standing over a putt like that to try to win a tournament? Or I can imagine standing on the tee on 18. Like, I know, like, I'm not a good golfer, but when I'm playing, there's a lot of times when, hey, I'm not driving the ball in bounds. Like, let's say I drive the ball 12 times, 10 of them might be out of bounds somewhere if it's a tight course. Like, is that tougher to do nervous, or is putting tougher?
Putting is only because I feel like when it's like a big movement, the like fast twitch muscles like aren't able to, freak out. And when you're putting, it's like so subtle that any little like flick, so it's hard. You feel like you get the jello legs. I also always felt like in putting, there's a very defined outcome of success, which is the ball going into the hole. Whereas if you're in a driver, I mean, the fairway's 40, 30 yards wide. So like the ball could be a little off. But I guess also kind of depends. If you're putting really well that day, I feel like that's easier. And if you're driving really well that day, that's easier. So I feel like it fluctuates. At that moment in time, I was driving it well. So the tee shot felt a lot easier than that putt.
So when you're putting and you're in so there'll be like a scramble. I'll be a part of a scramble. Used to be asked to be a part of these scrambles. I'll never do it again because when you're like a celebrity scramble, what's that?
A lot of pressure in those scrambles. You were the fourth guy.
Yeah, well, if you're the fifth guy too, like the celebrity person, like fundraiser, okay, I got to spend 4 hours with this group of friends right here, and this is a blast for sure. But there's a lot of things. But if that putter starts getting hot for me, it's like, okay, here we go. At that professional level, do you get in a groove with some clubs, and does that adjust anything with any of your? For instance, if I'm hitting a 7-iron well, okay, anywhere from about 185 down to about 3/4, we can probably go 3/4 here, 155, 160. I'm just going to stick with this. Is that anything in the professional world, or is Is there any
Yeah.
of that real life golf stuff that happens for the people that are very good?
No, it's definitely, I would say not just like one specific golf club. Like that would be kind of rare. But the idea, if like my short irons are good, like 987, you're just trying to like will your way to have those clubs in. Putting, when you're putting really well, it's just like, just get me on the damn green. I'll make it. I don't care how far it is. So you get in those grooves with certain areas. I have a buddy, Joel Damon, that plays on tour. He says that he gets the opposite feeling with certain clubs where he thinks, hey, I have an 8-iron in my hand. There's no way I'm going to hit this well. So he has specific clubs that sometimes don't feel good. So he kind of has the anti version of your scramble piece of it. I don't know.
I got a lot of those clubs.
Knowledge.
I got a lot of those clubs that guy has, by the way. That's why I have the 7-iron window that's 35 yards. You know what I mean? There's
That's
a lot.
smart, though.
Well, you got to do what you got to do. Any music? What do you listen to whenever you're warming up? Because we always see you guys in the driving range. They're always hitting. And, Tiger and Charlie Woods were doing, they were hitting it at the same time, Is there music on, headphones? And also your tweet about trying to meet Tiger for all this time and then him handing you a trophy was fantastic. So let's start with the warm-ups. What's the music? And then now, what is it like knowing that you and Tiger, same people, basically?
Yeah, same guy.
Same guy.
Warm up. I don't listen to music because my caddy likes to talk or whatever, so we can be friends. But on the drive-in, I always listen to music. This week I was listening to, formerly known as Mike Stud, now just Mike, and Jack Harlow. So I was jamming out to the Tyler Hero song every morning before
brand new
before I got to the golf course. So that was a good vibe. And I listen to Mike's song Rodman, which is it talks about PCH drive. So I drive up PCH every day, kind of get corny, flip it on. Live the dream. And then, Tiger, I think we're best friends now. I mean, it seems pretty obvious. I mean, we hung out for like 6 minutes yesterday. That's best friend material if I've ever heard of it.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Pat mentioned playing, like getting paired up with the group. And sometimes you may be stuck with them 4 or 5 hours. Do you have like favorite guys out there that you may be close with or that you play well with? And then, I don't know if you would answer or not. On the flip side, I can imagine it may be tough sometimes to play with a guy that is very slow. Maybe he's yelling at his caddy the whole time. Maybe he just doesn't vibe with your personality.
Who do you hate?
Yeah.
Who do I hate? Anybody slow.
Good.
So that's an easy one. Anyone slow. Yeah. Sorry, my wife just came in with Chick-fil-A, so I'm
Hey, shout out Chick-fil-A. Shout out wife, by the way. What's up, Mrs. Homa? Congrats.
Big good day for me.
Yeah.
But who do I like? So the funny thing is yesterday I played with Taylor Gooch, and Taylor's like one of my closest friends, not just in golf, but just like in life. So it was a dream. He helped me actually meet my wife, or my now wife. So it was wild to get to play with him. And it also helps. He's fast at golf. So you just don't want to play with anybody slow, especially when you're vibing. You don't want the dude that's going to do 3 spins around the hole and take 5 minutes to hit a putt when you're in a groove. So I had a dream situation yesterday.
Let's talk about the Gooch a little bit. So when you and Gooch are out there, is that his name, by the way, Taylor Gooch?
Yeah, I say we're friends because he's the only one with a name that got probably less picked on than me in high school.
Well,
or more picked on.
Hey, Homa's a clean name.
Yeah.
That's clean
It's
name.
clean, but I don't know. People like to pick on it. Call me Homer Simpson. I mean,
no, don't whatever it is. So, are you guys complimenting each other on the? So my biggest issue was this in the golf world. I stink at golf. I watched golf on Sundays when John Daly was swinging them and Tiger was doing his thing. Always intrigued by the sport, but the professional, I don't think I ever really dove into it. It felt like everybody was so nice to each other, right? It's like, oh, hat off, congratulations, you just beat me for $2 million today. Have a good one. You know what I mean? It was a gentleman's game. Like everybody's like kind of really nice to each other. And then I think that was when Tiger really flipped it on its head because he was like the uber competitive. It was almost like like any other professional sport was almost making its way into golf. How is that balance of knowing that some days aren't just going to be your day, somebody else is going to win, and whenever you're dealing with something that's like a 16th of an inch success rate, there's a chance you're going to fail, but also being like uber competitive with these people as well? Because it seems like that is a sport where it's a lot of like, oh, congrats, you beat me, when you can see how some people will be like, fuck you. You know, like if it wasn't for that tree, if it wasn't for the wind, you know what I mean? It feels like you guys have a lot more respect amongst each other. Am I reading that right from the outside looking in?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's got a little like fuck you in them.
Need that.
But at the same time, I don't know. I've always tried to put myself in the mindset that I want to go out and earn it, and I want you to play your best, and I want my best to be better than your best, you know, on that day. So you try to put yourself in that headspace. But at the same time, you know, you're going to have that tree, you're going to have that win. Something's going to go funny at, you know, almost every week. But I do think that there's a general respect with the golfers. I think, you know, it's obviously, like you mentioned, it's a very, very mental sport. So I think everybody appreciates what you have to go through to win or to succeed. So I feel like there's a good vibe between the guys out there. I don't think there's a lot of rooting against. I feel like you are trying to just get out there and see what your best is, and you know, if it adds up to a win, then obviously that's a bonus.
So it really is you.
Got a nice swing, Pat.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hey, people say I'm a good like air swinger, you know, and
that's something.
Yeah, that is something. And I do believe we've never sent a. I don't think we've got roast. I don't think you've roasted one of my swings yet. I don't think I've gotten.
I think
the full.
I'd remember it from the looks of your practice swings. I'd remember.
What are you saying,
Whoa.
Max? What are you saying? How many takes, by the way?
Dude.
How many takes on most of those? All right, is that one time through, or do we listen, redo the? Do you? How long does it take for you to get to the full burial?
It depends. I mean, I don't know. I
Fucking
could lie
zoom
and
it.
say that they're all just perfect one take, but a couple of them, you know, I need a little some thought. Oh boy, here we go.
Okay, I got a wedge.
Here we go.
61 degree, if you're wondering.
Ooh.
Okay. It's on my back foot. You see? Can I?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm very ready.
Okay. Oh my!
It's in the hole!
Are you fucking kidding me, Max? Wow. Huh? You should see
Man, you know,
You should
that was something.
It's in the bucket.
With that, hey Pat, with that kind of speed, you're a punter. I don't think that you'd have to punt from their 30-yard line.
Okay, Connor, please.
Yeah,
Please, I fucking swing the wrench, pal. All right, there's a TV right here, Max. Sorry, what do you got?
Max, now that it's Homa's tour, are you going to take the next step and start drinking like 10 protein shakes a day so you can continue to be at the top of your game?
Yeah, so you can start
Why
driving.
stop at 10, you know? I think they come in packs of 12, so you might as well just dust right there.
Hell yeah. Hey, when DeChambeau shows up looking like that, what's the first reaction out of everybody?
He is a big dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. They try to do in golf like he could be a linebacker in football. So I'm not gonna go that far because I know what actual linebackers look like. They're a lot bigger. But Bryson's a big dude. It's amazing. It's impressive what he's done. I mean, regardless of the golf skill and all that, I mean, he obviously has everything. But the fact that you could change your body with that kind of discipline is incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you see him? Do you ever see him going back to like what he once was? Like all of a sudden he goes on like, hey, I'm on a cutting plan. He goes on a 2-year deal where he loses a bunch of weight. And are you noticing any other guys trying to get all jacked up right now?
There's definitely a bigger trend. I would doubt Bryson would go back, but I don't know the timeline of when bulking season is, but maybe we're in the midst of bulking season and cutting season. I've always just tried to stay like, you know, medium out of shape. But I have noticed there's a lot of people getting into working out, trying to hit it further. He's obviously changed kind of the game a little bit in that aspect because he's swinging it so freaking fast. But I think some people might be going the route less to gain mass and more maybe flexibility, but I don't know. People are definitely, you could see they're searching for speed somehow.
So when did you get paid today? Yesterday? When do you get paid in this game? And what are we buying aside from Chick-fil-A? Which, by the way, congrats on that move there.
Thank you. I think I get paid tomorrow. I'm for sure.
Shout out tomorrow. Shout out tomorrow. What's
Going
that?
to Chipotle. I might get guac on my bowl and then a side of guac just
Fucking making it rain over there. You deserve it. Can't wait to see you win some more. Thank you for making time. I know you're very busy today.
Yeah, thank you, boys. It's an honor and a privilege. I'm stoked I got to talk to you guys.
It's neither, but we appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Max Homa. He's a good golfer. What did he want?
Yeah, did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I figured. Watch out! Don't spill that drink.
I have respect for the Celsius, by the way. And then, by the way, if you spilled a peach vibe, these motherfuckers are impossible to find. If you're just dumping them all over my...
Oh, no.
The nerve on you.
What happened?
The nerve on you, by the way. Just what you did to all my shit here is just next level.
It's all still there. It's fine. I would never drink anything peach. It was the strawberry, I think. I spilled.
By the way, I have not had strawberry, but this peach vibe one, unbelievable. The orange one, unbelievable. We kept him like 5 minutes too long, by the way. He had like 7 other things I think he had to do.
It's hard to hold a can when your hands look like they've been mangled by a garbage disposal.
Nick's the best.
Should have seen what he was doing to the mic.
I heard it.
Bashing it around.
Yeah, I
with
heard
his
it.
fist.
I was giving an answer in the middle of something. I heard a in the back. I'm like, I actually stopped my answer. I said, hope everybody's okay back there, whatever I heard there, and just kept it moving. That, from what I learned, because I couldn't see the whole thing, that was you just bebopping on my microphone the entire time. I heard.
No, I was thinking about you, how you knock it away, and I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, I'm not even going to touch this because it feels very sensitive. If you heard any banging, it was your dumb BB gun, your bat, and everything, trying to lean it up on that damn lacquered stage you have.
Lean it up, dude. You dropped the BB gun down with no respect for it.
What about the social distance finger thing from Dr. Pepper? What you do? Just pick this up and spike it?
We don't believe in this in
Never
Ohio.
touched that. I did not touch
Tossed
that.
it.
This thing's just all over the ground now.
AJ.
You know whose problem this is? It's fucking yours, dude. You know what I mean? You just broke this thing. Everything in here, you just picked up and threw it. Yeah, you saw it, and you threw it, dude.
Never touched it. I never touched that big finger. It sat on the ground. It never was moved during my time.
All right, we got to move on. You fucked up everything, but the show was good,
It
so it
would have been
doesn't
the
matter.
straightest finger he's ever owned.
It doesn't. Oh, jeez. True. It doesn't matter. Could you imagine if that one was within his others?
Oh.
It would look normal.
Well, it also would be pointing at the ground just because.
He'd have to walk around like he's pushing like a broom the entire time with his finger. Anyways, you did a great show, so I appreciate that. So you can just fuck up everything, I guess, because you did that. On the other side of the break, though, Carson Wentz number controversy. Ooh. Okay. Michael Pittman Jr., 503 yards touchdown this year, says, we're cool, but I ain't giving him my number. I don't think the Pittman Jr. knows yet. Somebody needs to inform him if Carson wants that number. I think he's going to get that number if that's the case. Maybe he takes 1. By the way, maybe we'll talk about him wearing number 1. Maybe he wears 10. Who knows? Carson Wentz is a Colt. Will Deshaun Watson remain a Houston Texan? Will Cam Newton ever have a camp again? Shouldn't. Fuck those kids. It's Monday, February 22nd. We're back on the other side. This is the Pat McAfee Show. You have got to experience so many things, both as a businessman off the field and on the field. Is there a moment when I ask this question and pops your mind, like, what's the craziest shit you've ever seen in your entire life? Because there was a time there where it felt like you were just getting dropped into insane situations and the world was like watching you do things. Man vs. Wild, you and that Bear Grylls guy, fucking electric. That was maybe the most electric shit I've ever seen. Is there anything that you think of whenever you think, like, what's the most ridiculous thing you've been a part of?
Probably some of the most ridiculous shit I ever been a part of was, I had got the restaurant which I'm in right now, and when we first got it, I would come in here and I would clean up and go outside in the front, sweep up, make sure everything looked nice and shit. And one morning I got up here and I noticed, damn, this is a funky ass smell. And I looked, to the side of my front door, and it's a big ass pile of shit. And I'm talking about human shit.
Yeah,
and it's right on the side of the door. So I was like, somebody done came and popped the shit right in front of the door. Like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like, I can't be in here serving food. Motherfucker come walk in and they smell straight ass cheeks when they come in there. Like, I don't think that's the restaurant I need to eat in. So, man, I get the water hose and I'm hosing it down. And, I see, we got a couple, dolphins that usually walk back up in front. Hey, man, did you do this? Like, oh, no. So, one of them owned up to it. I said, man, check it out. So you don't do this no more. Look, you come by here, we get you we get you a broom and you help us, we help you. You feel me? And we put together a little, I put a proposition together for him, and I ain't cleaning up shit no more.
It's a win-win. It's a win for everybody on that one. Hey, one of your former teammates. Yeah, hey, everybody wins. You're helping the people, man. That's awesome. That's why people love you. But hey,
one of them owned up to it. Just a line of questioning. The line of questioning.
His name was Willie. Willie owned up to. Matter of fact, he just left out. He's saying, sweeping up. He's like, "Hey, what's up? Oh boy, I've been looking for you." You feel? Okay. Yeah, we bust down together up in the front of the restaurant to get it all cleaned up and everything.
Hey, you're helping people. Hey, Willie went from shitting outside to working inside. Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go, Willie. Let's go.
Give it up for my boy Willie, man.
Giving the old white guys something to complain about. It's the Pat McAfee Show.
Bill Belichick, dope as shit.
Hell yeah.
Says Fred Taylor and Cameron Newton. Most misunderstood guy of all time, Cam Newton says on the I Am Athlete podcast, which is an incredible podcast. Cam Newton was talking about his time in New England, about how it goes on, I guess. We've only seen the clips that have been posted on the internet. Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show, by the way. Cam and Fred talk about Ernie as well up there and how, Ernie, they're teaching the game of football basically to their players because they're historians and dope as shit and all that. AJ Hawk is with us. The more and more I hear about Bill Belichick, the more and more I'm like, yep, that guy's the guy. But I don't know if that's going to help them build a team to be able to keep up with what Tom Brady's about to do down in Tampa, I think.
Well, I mean, I think everyone would be confident that Bill Belichick can absolutely build the Patriots back up to
think so?
Becoming a contender. The question is, how long will it take him, though? Does Bill have 4 or 5 years to do that?
Bill's got time today. I think Bill has got nothing but time. Remember, he was allegedly going to retire around 70, and then he was just quoted either within the last year or two saying, I thought 70 was a lot longer than it actually is, which was basically like, we can go ahead and push that back just a few years from now. I assume he's not going to retire until they're great again.
Yeah.
But I'll be intrigued to see how he goes about doing it. Is it going to have to be through the draft? He hasn't had much success through the draft over the last couple of years. Will it be with free agent signing? That he'll have to get a certain type of player to want to go back in there and do it. And who will they have a quarterback next year? Because it sounds like Cameron Newton will not be the quarterback next year because they've explored every single quarterback trade option. Allegedly, the internet is saying. What is going to happen with the Patriots? Connor, what are your thoughts?
I mean, how is Deshaun Watson not sold here? I mean, let's go. He's dope as shit. Get up to New England and let's build this thing back up. Come on, Deshaun.
That Cam Newton saying he's dope as shit does do him a lot of favors, I think.
And Deshaun Watson was on Cam Newton's 7-on-7 team.
All right, let's talk about that 7-on-7 thing. All right, so I stopped doing camps a long time ago. All right, so if it's not I went to one kicking punting camp. I was supposed to coach. I seen the kid that was terrible, told him he shouldn't do this. You're wasting your parents' time. Parents told coach. Coach told me, why am I telling anybody that? I don't know if they're going to grow into their potential or not, whatever. Okay, so I'm not supposed to coach. Then I had a teammate who had a camp or whatever, and I was asked to come. I come to the camp. They have linebackers teaching tackling. They have a couple quarterbacks there throwing. They have wide receivers. They have every. And then I was the punting circuit, and they just went on a circuit.
yeah.
These kids could not give a fuck about the punting part of the camp. I am not here to learn how to kick. I ain't going to punt, one kid told me. And he was 100% right. And I said, all right, fuck it. Do whatever you got to do. Then go do what we would do normally during practice. Go ahead and get a drink or do whatever you got to do. Go to the next day. I said, I'm not doing it. Now that I'm seeing that Cam Newton is getting the same type of treatment I was getting at these camps, it's about time you got to say, fuck these kids. Hey, listen, to hell with them all right? Now, I understand that a lot of kids at these camps are smart and would like to learn and be a sponge and try to, grasp all the information that they can potentially grasp. NFL MVPs right in front of them and everything like that. But I think with this new generation, they're savages. They do not care. You got to really you will get got out there. It doesn't matter who you are. Mostly a punter is who I'm talking about. Cam Newton, though, I'm surprised he didn't slap that kid right in the mouth. But they had a conversation afterwards. He came out and apologized, and it's quite a scene of the weekend. But boy, what a wild tell of the time it is whenever I thought people were going to applaud that guy, and everybody actually came out and was like, oh, that kid stinks, actually, which is good. I'm happy about that.
What did you think? I wasn't the reaction like instant? Like, who is this kid and why is he saying this like to Cam Newton's face?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching it and I was thinking to myself, okay, smack the kid in the mouth. All right, I thought maybe he was like a college kid or something like that. I thought, or like bury him. Like, hey, if this kid wants to talk, go ahead and let him know. Like, hey, come talk to me in 10 years, and I'm gonna just rattle off everything that's ever happened, and then you just kind of make the kid shut up and then just kind of disappear. Cam Newton didn't do that, by the way, which is everything that people talk about Cam Newton is like, hey, incredible teammate. He runs this 7-on-7 thing that he's had people, Deshaun Watson played in. He's like put kids to school and everything like that. He is a much better human than a lot of people, I think, in that particular case. But man, paying to go to the camp, potential chance to learn from somebody that's been there, done that, and you talk shit, which, by the way, I have a lot of respect for. But if you open that door, I thought Cam Newton should have came in and buried that kid. But to each their own. To each their own, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's like anything. When I was in Cincinnati, I remember we were delivering, like we gathered a bunch of coaches, like a coach and some players. We went around, we delivered coach to kids. It was October, November, I don't know. And we had got beaten. We got beat probably 2 days before this. I think we were undefeated up until that point. And we're knocking on people's door and giving them coats and everything. And then you run into kids, and kids are they're innocent, man. They just say what's on their mind. And I remember a guy's like, who you guys play for? I'm like, oh, the Bengals. Like, oh, you guys suck. You guys got beat the other day. I'm like, yeah, I think we won 8 straight before we got beat. But yeah, here you go, buddy.
I don't want that
Stay
jacket.
warm.
Give me that jacket last week, then. I don't want that jacket now. Bunch of losers.
I just laughed. I wasn't even mad. I just laughed. I'm like, hey, I guess as we do suck because we did get beat until our next game. We got to go get another victory.
By the way, that is something that as a punter, I realized quickly, in this world, we used to have autograph signings for like our West Virginia Mountaineers. We'd have fan day or whatever, linebackers, next to linebackers, running backs, everybody tight ends, and then the kicker tables at the end there. And I just realized, I'm in a much different world now that I'm an absolute nobody. I got bums just talking shit to me. I'm like, oh, fuck you. I mean, it just happens. It comes with the territory. That thing with Cam, though, I don't think anybody could have expected. I'm very happy, though, that everybody came out and was like, this kid sucks. As opposed to, you would think like, hey, talk your shit. People would be like, because normally you would think that the internet there'd be a sector that would be very loud. That'd be like, we don't know what just Seth Owens is going to become. He might be the next Tom Brady. We don't know that whole thing. You can talk your shit, be confident, whatever. And I was about to say, like, that sucks that's how people reacted to that situation because it was very evident. Like, oh, old buddy's a stooge. He comes out, though. Maybe not a stooge. Apologizes for it. Says his competitive edge got him. He was just shit talking. There was a lot of film getting leaked onto the internet about him. This guy, if he goes on to have a successful run in this whole thing, I think this will be an awesome story in the end. But more likely than not, just strictly about the odds and the person at a camp that Cam Newton's at choosing to shit talk Cam instead of ask questions and learn. Probably not going to fucking make it. But if he does, I hope he has a great run there.
Yeah, he probably would have had a better chance if he maybe asked Cam, like, hey, how do I get to the next level and do those things instead of shit talking him?
How do I get an Under Armour deal when I'm a junior in high school? Yeah. Okay, how do I? Yeah.
But Cam, this is all positive for Cam, though, isn't it? Because of how he handled it. If Cam would have gone and what if Cam would have started chesting him up and like wanting to fight the dude? Then it's not positive at all for Cam.
Well, remember, Cam is a great freestyle rapper, too. There's that video that comes out from his JUCO where he's like rapping and the whole thing's going. Cam's a chirper, I do believe. What if he just buries that kid?
Oh, man.
Just right there.
In a freestyle. Hey, someone give me a beat. Just just goes after him.
By the way, Cam Newton, though, that kid's life is ruined potentially. You know,
yeah.
so Cam did exactly what you would hope Cam Newton would do, which is the high road of everything, and that's why I don't do any of those camps because I'm not 100% sure I would be able to take the high road in that particular case. Imagine what that kid would have said to me too as a punter. Oh, imagine me just walking by, and what are you talking about? And me just turning to this fucking kid. Oh, is that right? Okay. That's why I keep myself out of those situations. You know what I mean? You got to stay out
What
of
would
it.
you do? Hey, what would you have done, honestly, if a kid came at you like that? What would you do?
Oh, my God. His whole family. I mean, everything he's ever done would have got called into question. It would have just been like, I would probably gone hands to pocket. I would have done an entire, what's your name? And then we would have had, well, it don't matter what it does matter what your name is. And then I would have learned a little bit about him because he apparently knows a little bit about me. Let me learn a little bit about him. Now I'm going to introduce myself to him a little bit more. Litany of things. I sound like asshole on camera. Pat McAfee, ex-punter, asshole dickhead to kid at camp. It's a lose-lose situation. That's why I keep myself out of there completely, AJ. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, hey, if we ever get to go do live events someday, I'm going to try to plant little kids. I'm going to pay them money to yell things like this to you.
Oh, Mike Hawk in the crowd yelling at you.
I'm training my kids up if we do any live events in the Midwest.
Kids are, I've had to deal with a lot of kids. My interaction with kids is
Have you really?
Yeah.
Hey, I heard you earlier. So did you and Dana Orlovsky plan this trip together, or did you just randomly like, oh, there he is?
Me and Orlovs, we ran into each other. Yeah, he actually FaceTimed me. So I don't know who told him. He FaceTimed me, and I was on Planet 45 or so. And I'm like, Orlovsky's FaceTimed me. I wonder what I said. I immediately was like, I wonder what I said or what Connor said about like what happened here. I answer it, and he goes, "You near me, bro?" That's how he answers it. And I go, I don't think so. He goes, "Are you near me, bro? Where are you?" I was like, "Where are you?" And he was like, he read off where he was at or whatever. I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm near you or whatever." And I turn. Him and his whole family are just like, he's got a massive family, by the way. And they are active. I go over to talk to him. Sam and I go and talk to him. And listen, Sam is a fan of the Orlovsky family, okay? Because daughter Orlovsky ran her head into something in the kitchen, got like 10 staples in her head.
Damn.
Yeah, this is a couple months ago. Is back running around just like 2 days later. The Orlovsky family is an army. Like, they really are. And we go and talk to him. Dan and I are talking. Okay, we're just having a conversation. His kids are just sprinting through groups of people running around, going absolute ape shit or whatever. Dan Orlovsky and I, same vacation. Same place, very different vacation. Very, very different vacation. I love that dude, though. He is always Dan Orlovsky. You know what I mean? And I think that is what I enjoy most.
Did he bring a ladder and put his kids through a workout on the beach and like sling them slant routes on there? Or no.
How about him tweeting me? What was that? 8 a.m. or something? He's like, "Yeah, you and me were going on a run." I'm like,
"Excuse me?
We are not. We're not going on a run." He did though. He looks really good, AJ.
Does he?
Yeah, he looks like. He was eating some kale salad while his whole family was having pizza. I had pizza with his kids. He was eating kale salad. You know what I mean? So you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, a lot of families there, AJ. I thought of the Hawks while I was looking around with all these families running around. It's a wild time.
Yeah, it's good. If you have a family, I know a bunch of people heading down to Florida with their kids right now.
Yeah, I saw them all probably there. Yeah. They were fucking everywhere. It was.
If you got to have a separate resort just for the kids, God, how many
just for the
kids are
adults?
down there? Yeah, just for the adults.
Oh, there's an arcade to it. This place. Sam and I went to this arcade last night. Massive arcade, putt. We played putt in the arcade.
You got 18 holes in there.
6, but they charge you for 18.
Jeez.
Yeah, we thought it was much larger than it was. Because you kind of go back and there's like it looks like it's like a back area or whatever. And then we did 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, and we realized, we're already back at the front here. They charge us $10 a person here.
Oh, wow. Great gouge.
Good hustle. A great gouge. You're already making enough money with all those fucking kids. You parents will spend money on anything, by the way, huh? You guys just, whatever will shut them up, you just keep it going?
No, there's not really, you can't really throw things at them to shut them up.
A banana boat was thrown at a lot of these kids. There's people out on banana boats out there, and jet skis and everything. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I would do it that's a great thing you do with your kids.
You banana boat with your kids?
I would. I haven't, but I would. It's
dangerous.
You'd banana boat?
I've jet skied with them, kayak, paddleboard with them, all that, yeah.
So you'd hop on that banana boat? You would do the whole...
Absolutely, yeah.
Really?
Come on.
Why? Yeah.
Once
again, Pat, Orlovsky and myself, our vacations look a lot different than yours do. It's not a vacation with kids. It's a trip. You're trying to create memories for your kids.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
There's not 1 ounce of. I mean, I don't know who can go on vacation with their kids and like. There's no relaxing happening.
Well, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
There's no sitting down.
That's what I was noticing is like Dan Orlovsky was not on vacation. Dan Orlovsky he had his life was just moved to a place. You know what I mean? With a little bit, with him not knowing the environment as well. He was doing the show from his room, I think, and then he'd immediately come outside. Now he'd have to play full court defense with his 4 kids running around apeshit. It was like, and he wasn't the only one. There was like probably 600 families that were doing the same thing. It's like, this is a wild time to be alive over here.
He was running 300-yard gassers back and forth from the goddamn hotel because he kept forgetting stuff.
Oh my God, dude. The deepest beach of all time, this thing. 300 yards at least deep. I mean, from water to maybe 400. It was so deep how deep it was, right? And Dan is just jogging. He's just like, he jogs all the way back. He grabs lotion. He turns around. He jogs all the way back. And I'm sitting up on a patio like just incredibly baked. I mean, just, and I see Dan just fucking jogging, and then he gets there, and I'm like, oh, good for Dan. You know, I won't compliment him here. And then I fucking look over. I pass out for a little bit. I look over. This son of a bitch is running again. This guy ran 4 miles. Where is he in this?
Last time it was with some
Right there.
bottles of stuff.
Yeah, there he is. Look at him.
Orlovsky trot. All right. Not moving the knees much. A lot of ankles. A lot of people have recognized Orlovsky like that guy just did. No way. Is that Orlovsky? That's Orlovsky. He'll be back in about 5-10 minutes when his family needs something. Attaboy, Dan. Attaboy.
He probably ran 6 miles. I watched him just jogging back and forth. And then he'll just go hop on, get up real quick, and then jog his ass back out there. I'm like, you are not on vacation at all, pal.
And he woke up to like work out after all that?
Yeah, and then he's fucking sending me public tweets trying to like, oh, we're running. It's like, no, we are not, Dan.
Grab a slice of pizza and calm down.
No, we are not, Dan. Bro. By the way, I'm potentially getting on a diet here within the next day or two.
Hell yeah.
Too fat. It's
time.
It's a 4XL tank because it's the only one that fit me at the fucking little beach shop thing.
What did you try on different tank tops until you got to the 4X?
No, they had S, 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 M, 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 L, XL, and then 4X. And the XL was a little bit tight, so I had to go with the 4X, and it's pretty fashionable.
Yeah, it's a good look.
Looks good. Pretty fashionable. A lot of people
Looks very good. It can almost be a dress.
Well, that's what people were saying on the internet. They called me fat and said it was a dress.
Whoa.
I didn't say that. I think you look good. Your arms look big.
That's because they're tan. You can't tan it. My wife got a 3rd-degree burn day 1.
Oh.
Day 1.
So did you have to stay in like that Ben Stiller movie?
No, she's a wild animal. She went out there again like the next day and was like, yeah, come on. And then, by the way, by this morning, she couldn't, the one night she was laying, it was very common.
Couldn't move.
It was like she was on fire or whatever, but her skin, she's half Korean, and I don't know if the Korean skin just, that burn turned into tan very quickly. She looks like she was in, she looked like she took a trip to the equator. And I'm fucking just now starting to burn a little bit. You know what I mean? It's interesting the way it all plays out.
It turned to tan, too. It was a good move getting burnt.
I'm sitting behind this red table, too. It just fucking, you know what I mean? Just fucking, and I'm red all the time. Let's take some phone calls. Let's go to Jack in Boulder, Colorado. What's going on, Jack? Was this guy from last week?
AJ, boys, good to be on.
Did you call last Thursday?
I did not. I wish I did.
No, fuck that guy. His name's Jackson. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know when I answer calls on the show, everybody goes like,
"What's Jack?"
Yeah, okay, Jack. Everybody goes like, "Okay, Jack. All right, Jack. Hold on, Jack. Jesus, Jack. All right, Jack. Relax, dude. All right." So the guy.
What do you got, Jack?
No, not yet. The guy calls in, and normally they go like, "What's up, AJ? What's up, boys?" or whatever, you know? And I'm like, okay, I'm on the beach now. Maybe I'll get like, "What's up, Pat? What's up, boys?" Yeah. Jackson goes, "Hi, AJ. Hi, boys. How you doing?" The whole thing. That's why you guys, I was fuck this guy.
I saw you.
Yeah, I was like, get that guy the fuck off the phone. His name's Jackson from Colorado. This is Jack from Boulder. Not even a hello from the guy. Like if I run into you on the beach, you got 45 kids, probably carrying COVID around. I'm gonna at least say hello. Call into the show. I'm on it. At least say fucking hello. You know what I mean?
Surprised you didn't hang up right there.
Well, I couldn't. I was on the fucking. I was on the beach.
I mean, you hang up like, all right, I'm done with it.
I
I'm
should
done
have.
with the show.
I should have. Well, guest was still.
That's right.
The guy that I booked, Ty, still on the other side. Anyways, Jack, what's going on?
I just wanted to talk about Carson Wentz a little more. I know you already hit on him. I'm saying hammer the MVP.
How come?
Wild take. Carson Wentz MVP, AFC Championship, Super Bowl the next 3 years, looking good in Indy.
Okay, Jack's a big fan of Carson. He was listening to Dan Orlovsky. Orlovsky said the same thing from a hotel room that he was sprinting out and back and forth from between Get Up and the beach or whatever. It was unbelievable to watch. If he does play great football with this team, I mean, it's going to be a hell of a story, Chris Ballard making this play. And by the way, he's young enough. He can re-up. He can play here 7-8 years. It could be, a nice replacement for what Andrew Luck was potentially going to be for the Indianapolis Colts with the team that has been built around. Still need a left tackle. Still need some weapons. All you got now is Michael Pittman, who's already, telling that quarterback of his, you ain't getting my fucking number. But Carson could have an incredible run here. This could be a beautiful thing if it does work out that way.
Hey, did Pittman say, what if Carson offers him a big chunk of cash? Will he give it up?
I think he said there's already conversations and there won't be a deal to be had or something like that. What I'm saying is, hey, even if you don't want to give up your number, I don't think you should be doing a public dance on a grave. You know what I mean? What's up, bitch?
Hey, they're cool, though. They're cool.
What's that?
They're cool, though.
Yeah, they said we're cool, though.
They're cool.
We're cool, though.
Okay. Yeah. Are they? Let's see. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, that's what, AJ, by the way, that's what I was saying, too. And I was getting a lot of people tweeting me that I was overreacting. It's well, it is Overreaction Monday. But also, you're a wide receiver. That's your quarterback. You had 500 yards last year. This is your second year in the NFL. Maybe fucking relax just a little bit. But also still, why are we going public with this already? And I understand it's probably a topic of conversation that people will ask about. Very easy way around that is just we'll see how that whole thing pans out. We'll see how that goes. But I don't know if that's something I would do if I was Michael Pittman. But he's great at football. Flashes we saw this year, he's really good. Going to need more weapons. But if Carson comes in and dominates, good on Chris Ballard.
Yeah, good. Well, I respect Pittman's confidence here. The fact that he can instantly, not going to happen, not giving it up.
Nah, bruh. Carson, he's getting paid, what, $40 million? Fucking
please.
Ain't wearing my number, dude. Get out of here.
What if Carson was hey, man, I'll give you $2.5 million.
No deal to be had. We're cool, though.
I'm alone.
I'm in. I sold my off-season parking spot, my in-season parking spot, and my first-class seat when I was in the bank.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking, by the way, there was a couple people that came in and said, hey, if I want the number one, can I have it? I was absolutely. If you would like to buy the number, go ahead and have it. You know what I mean? Just do it. Those people never made team, by the way. Though. Yeah, those people never made team.
Those guys that were asking for your number, there's guys that did that did not make the team.
Yeah.
With Wentz, too.
So priorities may be a bit skewed.
Well, yeah, that's what we're talking about here with this whole conversation.
He should wear one. Carson should definitely wear one.
I agree. Now, I will like to see if they give average Porta-John shitter who did something, a number one jersey with his last name on it like they did whenever I was playing there, where every human that did anything in the Midwest area of the country would get a halftime game ceremony with their name on the back of number one jersey, potentially selling those as well. Will they do that with Wentz if he goes to number one? I don't think Wentz will go to number one, but I'd love old Wentz to rock number one. I would be for it, not against it.
Yeah, I think he should. Could he somehow find a way to wear 99, really set himself apart?
00?
Awesome, dude.
High school number was 20.
Who, Carson?
Yeah.
What did he play? Running back, I wonder.
Doug Flutie.
Wing T.
Maybe. Let's get to another phone call. Let's go. Chris in North Carolina. What's going on, Chris?
You're on the phone.
You're on the phone, yeah.
Hello? Hello?
What's going on, dude? Where are we right now? Can you set the scene a little bit, Chris?
Hello?
Chris, can you tell us where we're at? I heard a lady speaking. Are we buying something? Are we going in somewhere?
Pat, what's up?
Chris!
Can you hear me?
Yes! Can you hear me, Chris?
Oh, my goodness, man. Hey, look, JBL Bluetooth headphones, they're tough. Can't do anything with them. Can't do anything without them.
Oh, I need Raycon, all right? Half the price, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even sure.
Dude, you've been trying to tell me.
I think they're still around. Anyways, who's the lady we're around there? Are we selling something, buying something? Are we in trouble?
Oh, no, that's just a coworker. She needs some help.
Okay, what do we do for a living, Chris?
I am the estimator for a heating and cooling company, actually.
Oh. Do you?
Yeah, guy.
Do you upcharge people? You do, don't you? You do a little upcharging in the estimations, don't you?
No, never that. Very fair pricing. Very fair pricing.
Oh, that's Chris. See, that's why we like whenever you call into the show. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, just a little overreaction Monday. I saw the Panthers cleared out some cap space to bring Deshaun Watson in and start up a dynasty.
Chris got a little heating and air conditioning price for you if you need it, and also maybe a team that can go on a run. Matt Rule, David Tepper, super pumped up about potentially bringing in a quarterback and making Charlotte a home of a future dynasty. How do you feel about it, AJ? I would have never guessed that the Carolina Panthers are going to be the ones that are going to be trying to make a run at this whole thing.
It does seem like a weird landing spot, but what, didn't Teddy, he unfollowed the Panthers on Instagram, so that means he hates them?
Yeah, he still follows them on Twitter, though. So
his profile picture on Twitter is him in a Panthers jersey.
And he's private on Instagram, so maybe he did make some plays there and he got caught or whatever, but he still follows the Panthers on Twitter. So we will keep an eye on that, obviously, because once you hit that unfollow button, there's effort in that. There's effort that has to go into that and emotions. He's obviously heard that the Panthers have been in play for other people. Deshaun Watson in Carolina, they're saying they're going to move Christian McCaffrey out of there. Isn't Christian McCaffrey a top 5, top 10 player if he's healthy? Why would you do that then?
Absolutely. He's absolutely top 5 player, and he can do so many different things, but I guess do they have to find a way to with their cap to get rid of McCaffrey? I'm sure they could keep them both.
Well, they're going to have to just do the restructure thing where you move it to a signing bonus as opposed to a contract. It's what the Steelers are doing right now. I assume the Saints are going to be doing a lot of this. The Patriots did it for a long time. Field Yates put out an interesting tweet this morning. He said, with the salary cap going down, look for a lot more teams to do what Cam Hayward, I think, just did for the Steelers and what a lot of other players have done in the past for the Steelers and the Patriots. But just last week, it reported that the floor is going up to $180 million as opposed to – I don't know if we know anything about what the salary cap is going to be next year. I don't think any teams know exactly what it's going to be either. That's why I'm not sure we can make a lot of guessing on what Ian Rappaport, the Steelers did a basic conversion restructure on D lineman Cam Hayward's contract, source said, and he'll still make $10.5 million this season, but roster bonus and base were converted to a signing bonus and created about $7 million in cap room. Okay, so a lot of teams do that with their OG players or whatever, but nobody knows exactly what the salary cap is doing or where it's going. $180 million was said last week, and then Field Yates tweeted this morning that nobody knows. So I think that has to be figured out before any of these decisions get made. But a lot of people are going to be trying to figure out this cap space this season, AJ.
We're going to see, like what Cam Hayward did. Yeah, you can move your money around, give him more guaranteed, relieve some cap space. But so we know the bottom is 180. But I read something earlier, and no one really knows, but they said it may not even go up to 185. So does that going to change anything?
Well, if it's 180, that means it's at least going up from the 175.
We know that, which they already said, right? There's no way it's going to go down.
But then Field this morning said there was no certainty that it was going up. So I don't know, like, did Field fuck up with his tweet, or is there still a little bit of a question mark, a guessing game? Because at the beginning of this...
The PA and the league came together, didn't they? And they're the ones that came together and said, like, it's going to be at least 180.
Yeah, so then there's no reason. What's that, Nick?
So last year, according to Tom Pelissero, the cap was at $198.2 million. So
the top or the floor?
I believe that was the top.
So the bottom was 170.
So they're raising the bottom, but they may not necessarily raise the top in raising the bottom. It just may create a smaller window.
So the bottom is still being raised. So you can technically promo that is salary cap is going up, but really the top end of it is not going up. You just have to fall in between this particular part. Fascinating, dude.
It's wild.
How do they come up with it? How do they come up with that number?
Well, then there's the percentage of revenue, right? Isn't that kind of how it goes? But then I assume
does one person come up with the final? I know the group comes together and they try to figure out with all the revenue and the TV money and all this stuff, who makes the final decision?
By the way, and are they transparent with their numbers? There's been, anytime you get into a rev share situation, which the NFLPA is, then you're banking on the numbers that you're being told being accurate. And it's like, well, what's the transparency? Does our accountant get to look at your books, or are your books just like sworn to secrecy? Who knows, dude? Who knows? I'm probably going to sleep. I had a fucking pillow this weekend, this thick.
Jeez.
How they do it?
Cardboard.
We had 7 pillows each, my wife and I, in our hotel room by the last night.
And they stacked up to that?
No, they all stacked on top of each other. So it's just like you might as well have just had one big piece of cardboard. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
7 apiece, 14 pillows.
Gotta save all the good ones for those kids. I got 8,000 of them running around.
That was the adult-only area. That's the show, dude. Chris Mad Dog Russo's next. Do we know that? We don't know. Linda Cohn might be next. If she is, shout out Linda Cohn. Shout out Chris Mad Dog Russo, pioneer in the sports talk world with Mad Dog Unleashed next on SiriusXM Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio. AJ, anything to say to the people as they go into their Monday here?
I'm glad that you're back in town. I'm glad that you look good, you feel good, and you're re-energized from your vacation.
I'm not sure if I'm re-energized yet. I got that food hangover still, so once I start this diet, I think I'll be ready to go. Got a little sun, though. Got some good vitamins. Got a little day to sleep in on Friday. Now we're back tomorrow with a massive Tuesday. Yeah. We'll see you then. Chris Mad Dog Roots up, Mad Dog Unleashed. Guys, we have a breaking news alert.
Whoa.
Okay? From deep in the hills of Humboldt County, California, Canada Dips has a new limited flavor release that they want to give the first opportunity for purchase to the McAfee Mafia. It is time to unleash the legend of Blue Dream Dip. One of the top strains in California and most famous cannabis strains on the planet. The Blue Dream flavor dip tastes of notes of blueberry pie mixed with skunky haze. Act fast and head to CanadipsCBD.com and use promo code LipBoomers for 20% off and grab some Blue Dream before it's sold out, which will happen. The guys at Canadips have only made 3,000 tins of Blue Dream and are releasing it as a limited edition run. Wow. For all of you that thought the lemon tree was a big deal, wait till you dip into the Blue Dream. Nothing better than a pocket full of blueberries mixed with Humboldt County's finest hazy gas. So don't wait. Head to CanadipsCBD.com and go to the Humboldt collection and add as many Blue Dream tins as you can before we sell out. Don't forget to use the code LIPBOOMERS, LIPBOOMERS, for 20% off your order. That will sell out fast. This is almost like a Nucky Thompson situation. They only got 3,000 of them. Maybe we should, hog a couple of these. Just like I want to do with Four Loko whenever they decided the old Four Loko was no longer allowed on the streets. Go ahead and replace the tobacco bullshit you've been chewing with some Canadips CBD. Beautiful pouches, incredible flavors. CanadipsCBD.com, promo code LipBoomers. AJ, I think I got to get out of here, dude. I haven't been home in a few days.
I know. So you came straight to the studio from the airport?
Yeah. I even put my boots on the plane. You know what I mean? As I looked out the window, we're flying high, 42,000, 43,000 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's up there.
Real fast. Citation X, fastest bird in the sky. It's the big bird.
No big deal.
Jacob Solly goes 600, 700 miles an hour. It flies very fast. We're flying up there. I think we had a low, speaking of low on the contracts, low cloud level. I believe it was a low cloud level. So as we were coming down, didn't really get to see Earth, clear skies, blue skies, a lot of clouds down below. And then at like 3,000 feet, it was where the clouds were sitting.
Yeah.
We poked our head through the clouds, and I just saw the fucking Antarctica. I was like, oh my God.
Go back up.
Oh my God. Can we go back up? We don't have enough gas. Can we turn this around? Might as well get my boots on. Fucking put my boots on. I walked off that plane so cold. I am so cold. I'm soft at this age, AJ. I'm soft at this point.
Hey, I am too. Believe me. I understand. Like, how did it feel, or how good did it feel when you landed there? And you're like, oh, they're actually. I know a few times when I've gone to a warm weather, when I've been stuck in winter for a few months, I'd land there. I'm like, oh, there's places on the earth that are warm right now. Like, it's a weird feeling.
Look at how happy this person is. Oh my God. In Florida,
go outside.
Oh my God. Can I sweat? What? What is that? Is that hot? Oh my God. And the humidity down there too. Like when you have it, like obviously it sucks whenever you're playing a sport, but whenever you come from fucking negative degrees and you just start feeling it, you're like, oh my God, this is it. Then you put a mask on, you be safe, you get to your thing, then you do your thing. It was really nice. It was really nice. Maybe I'm getting to the point where I'm like, should move somewhere warm.
Right time. You went the right time of the year. When did we go to Orlando? Was that August?
Oh, you're right. I fucking hated it.
It's not the time. That is not the time to be.
It was so hot down there.
We did that show outside. Remember the first house we did show outside, upstairs. I almost passed out. I know I fell asleep quickly during one of our talks.
Oh, yeah. Who was that? The pretzel. Dan Wetzel. You fell asleep. Slept right on the pretzel, dude.
I had to borrow Connor's glasses for the next day because it was so bright and I could doze off and it wouldn't get caught.
It was 90. That was a misjudgment on my half there.
I remember I walked up the stairs. I was like, wait, where are we doing the show? And like, upstairs in the patio. And I was like air-conditioned patio? Or, no, it's right here. And I remember I walked out and looked at it, and I just felt the wave of humidity blast me. I was like, I'm going to need like a towel, like 9 waters. I'm going to need some supplies.
Needed 3 towels, AJ.
Oh, it was a bad idea. It's
a good shot, though.
Hey, it was a good pool, too.
Yeah.
Good pool.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Yeah, Florida's not the place in the middle of summer. It's too hot. I don't want to get too, I don't want to get too picky, but right now is great Florida time. It was chilly. There was a little bit of a chill. People had pants on, long sleeves and things like that, but.
Did you get in? Did you get in the ocean?
Oh yeah, come on, the piss. I mean, it's 400-yard, 400-yard beach. There's no way I'm going all the way back there.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going right out there. Everybody knows too. I'm going right out to here. I'm actually sitting right like this too.
It's nice out here.
Hey, I bet Orlovsky. I bet that's what he was doing. He was running back to pee. Like he's that kind of guy. He's a good guy. He's like, I'm not gonna pee in open water.
He is a good guy because you do turn around while you're pissing and you actually see the wave. That is one of those things you can actually watch. And it's just like, I think a piece of me's in there that's currently hitting that particular lady right there. Sorry about that. A little warmth there. Don't go under. Don't open your mouth. Let this wave pass. Let this one pass.
What about the pool? I thought you just jumped in the pool and did that.
Nah, I won't pee in the pool, but I do believe that is a place where a lot of people do pee.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I did pee in the pool, actually, now that I think about it. I certainly did pee in the pool.
Shout out to that pool.
Shout out pool, yeah. Because there was it had an infinity thing,
Yeah.
And if you leaned on it, it felt like you were in the ocean.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You got confused.
Yeah,
where you're at.
But also you're laying there, and then you think to yourself, like, there's a really cool breeze out here. So for me to pee, I'd have to get up, freeze.
Oh.
Okay, it's going to be cold. And then I got to go all the way in to go pee. Or you can just kind of let it eat right here. And you look around and you realize they all probably peed on you already anyways. Time to return the favor. And just kind of let that thing go.
Pee tag.
Yeah, so I did pee. I did pee in a pool. That's all.
Everybody knows it. When we were younger, we were young kids, we were somewhere with Pistol, my dad. And I remember he jumped out of the pool and went to the bathroom. We're like, oh, what, did you take a dump? He's like, no, I had to pee. And we never stopped making fun of him for ruining our game to go do that.
Did you have to take a dump? To your dad, the Hawker boys. Wait, did you have to go take a poop? No, just peeing. We're all peeing on each other, Pistol. Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah. I guarantee you he still does. Pistol doesn't pee in pools.
We went down to Panama City. I forget. I think it was my junior year of college, maybe senior year of college. Whatever it was, the pool party outside. It was the Holiday Inn something, Sunspree maybe, if I do recall. It was on MTV's spring break thing way back in the day. There was 2,000 people in that pool, and not a one of them ever moved.
Yeah,
not a one of them. And it was like, do I want to jump off this high thing into that water there? Because not only am I potentially very intoxicated and going to fuck myself up here, but I'm also just splashing directly into piss and shit probably. So I went down a lower level and
probably had to drain the pool right after that party too.
That DJ fucking 7:30 every morning. Good morning, spring breakers. It's like, it's not a good morning actually. It was a great night. Like to see you this afternoon, maybe, motherfucker. No. Fucking open a window. You just got fucking guy out there.
Oh.
It's like 55 years old. It's been spring break for him for 40 years. Fucking let's go.
Never left.
Everybody's pissing in here. All day, every day. All right, I'm out of here. Speaking of pissing. See you tomorrow, AJ. Thanks for what you did on Friday. I mean, you fucked up a lot of my, on Thursday. Fucked up a lot of my shit, but you did a great job hosting the show.
Thank you. Thanks to the boys, Mansuri, everybody. They helped me out a lot.
Many people told me the boys and Mansuri. You don't think Mansuri is one of the boys? Why is that? Because he's half Afghanistan?
No.
Oh, AJ. What is wrong with you, dude?
All right,
Because
that's a show,
Mansuri's
dude.
in your ear. That's why. He's in your ear, and he was in my ear. Let me know, count me down and stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you're 100% right. Foxy's in the ear today. A little bit of gun shy on there a couple times. He looks scared to death a couple times.
Yeah, just one of them I completely forgot to give you the cue.
Yeah. We were live a couple times.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. Whatever. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to piss my pants, I think. Hammer down in 20 minutes?
You got it.
Okay, host Gumpy.
Hey!
There we go. It's great to be back. Great to be back. AJ, we'll see you tomorrow. Big guests tomorrow. Big guests tomorrow, AJ.
Can't wait. They're going to be awesome.
They are going to be awesome. Thank you, AJ. Cheers. Everybody, see you later.